Welcome to the Average Moose podcast. I have Ryan Dib with me.
Hello.
Ryan's my
Moose
cousin.
himself.
Ryan or Ryan in Arabic, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ryan if you're non-Arab, Ryan if you're Arab.
Yeah, I guess.
Whatever is easiest, I guess.
Yeah, this is the first episode, so I decided to bring my favorite cousin. I mean, I love all my cousins.
Yeah, you gotta get the ball rolling.
I love all my cousins, but you know
My boy.
what it is. Walks off on set. These are bloopers. I'm gonna drink some water. That's crazy. And the mic's not. Fuck, the mic's not straight. It is what it is, eh? I hope he's coming back. What a shit show. God damn.
No.
Damn.
Yeah.
That took forever.
Yeah, I needed to calm my nerves a little bit. I'm not gonna lie to you. You were right. The lights do something. I don't know what it is.
It does.
Yeah.
I told you.
It does something. I don't know what it is, dude. It's
So by
just
the way,
it gets
I
you
don't-
tongue-tied.
It does.
That's very fucking weird. that's a very weird effect, dude.
See, the thing is, for me doing this the second day, for me this is normal.
It's normal now.
It's normal now. I don't care. I don't give a shit. I gave a shit. The first day, I gave a shit, bro. I was so nervous. It's actually
It's
ridiculous.
weird, man. It's
It is.
weird.
But then, like, you realize you're like, you can edit shit out. Like, it's not that big of a deal, you know?
It's fine. It's fine. Yeah, what I was trying to say in the beginning is
You want
that.
TikToks?
Yeah, give me one. What I was trying to say in the beginning is that when you watch, because we recorded footage with my brother the other day, right?
Right.
And when you watch the footage again, you see how organized everything is, right? And you never really.
Do you see how much work I put into it?
Yeah,
It's actually different. No one's gonna see it.
And you never. I'm gonna take the water a little bit.
I'm kind of cheesed. Everyone knows I have this rule with like water bottles and shit. Like, what a dickhead. No, take it now. I don't even want
Okay,
it.
thank you.
What the fuck? Okay. Anyways. Yeah.
Yeah. So, the footage you see on camera is not
It's
what it
not
looks
the same.
like when you're
When
recording.
you're actually in. When you're actually in
recording, because it takes a lot of effort. You have the lights, you have all the wires here, and when
And
you
people
look-
just see this.
and you just see this, and you see us, right?
Yeah.
And to the viewer, from the point of view of the viewer, it's like, oh, you know, they have a nice setup, you know, they have
Yeah,
a bad
yeah.
job and everything, but
In reality, it's a Stangies.
It's pretty cluttered up.
What? It is. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
it's
like a Stangies setup. It's a total Stangies setup.
It's pretty cluttered up, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Because as long as the camera's angled in a good way,
But
you're
that's
good.
the thing. This is the thing.
And
I
that's
don't know
how it is with every studio.
Yeah.
I feel that with every unless you have like an insanely high budget,
And-
like Impulsive,
Yeah.
or one of those guys, you know, or like Dan Bilzerian, you know, his podcast show. I don't know
But
if you
see,
ever saw
like,
that.
but see, here's the thing. Like, now that you're in it and we're having such a casual conversation, like, you forget. Essentially, you have to get so deep into the conversation, you forget you're surrounded by the, you know, lights and the thing is, it's the matter of getting there as quickly as possible. You don't like we don't do this shit for showmanship and all that bullshit. Like, we're just having a conversation. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like in the footage with my brother, with your brother,
Yeah.
it's just at the beginning, like, we were super nervous.
It showed. It showed. I
It
mean,
showed.
It showed, and
It
it showed.
showed.
The interesting part about that footage was the way you guys were, because if nobody knew, they were winging it, right?
Yeah,
they
yeah.
purely winged it, right?
I literally had a notebook. I had my notebook so I could write topics down and shit. And it's like today I wrote topics, but like on his, the first time you guys will
He
see
just
it next
wrote the
week.
name.
I literally just wrote his name, and I should write your name. I'm trying to make that
Oh, yeah.
like a thing where I write the person's name. It's like, okay, these are my notes for this person.
And it's a weird dynamic because when you're just having a regular conversation apart from the lights, or when you're chilling in your living rooms,
It's
or
totally
watching
different.
something,
But the concept of is bringing those conversations here.
and bringing them here,
Yeah, so
you're
that
also
people-
bringing the nerves as well.
No, the nerves are all in your head. The
It
nerves
is.
are all in your head. Because what's the literally okay, here it's just it feels forced because there's lights and a camera and shit. And over there it's like
And there's
okay,
a big ass
microphone in your
you.
hand just recording every fucking word. Yeah. But over there, like, yo, honestly, like upstairs we were just so it's like New Year's Eve. Today is New Year's Eve.
Happy New
by
Year's
the time this,
for everybody listening.
yeah, happy New Year's, everyone.
Hope you don't have none other 2022.
What?
You know that whole thing? They're calling 2022 at 2022. Like the second.
Oh, the second 2020.
Second 2020.
Yeah. Oh.
with everything going
I mean,
on right now.
2020. I don't know. What do you think about 2021? How do you think that this year went?
This year went exactly what I expected it to be, which is more of the same, but not that much.
More of the same of like 2020.
More of the same of 2020,
Yeah.
but it was more freedom in a sense. Because 2020 was complete shutdown.
Yeah.
If you remember that. I don't know if you remember that because I was.
It was. Yeah, you were living here.
I was here.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? 2021 was more complete shutdown, but with like, you can go out, you can go to the gym.
Yeah. Yeah. I see what you're
You
saying.
can go out.
2020 was like
yeah, it was the same thing. But, yeah, it was the same thing, but with the whole vaccine passports and
Yeah.
everything. It's controlled. It's controlled, but at the same time, it was more the same.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I never felt like you feel. I have a lot of friends that
Like maybe
that
one of the
feel it,
most
but-
significant part of 2021, which was different, was like the emergent, like the variants.
Yeah,
emerging.
that was new, bro. That was
The
what?
alpha, the delta,
A, B, C.
the lambda.
Was there a C? No, there wasn't a C.
They're not. No, they're not letters. They're Greek. They're Greek letters.
It goes by Greek letters?
Yeah,
I thought it goes by like A, B, C, D. There was
It is
there was,
ABC.
like,
It is ABCD, but it's Greek.
coronavirus, there's like the alpha, the original.
Alpha.
There's the.
And then there's beta. The
There
beta
was no
was-
C.
No,
was
I don't know. I
delta.
don't know what it was. There was delta. There was
Then they skipped to O.
lambda.
There was lambda?
There was lambda. Lambda was like one of the lesser known ones. Didn't really make the headlines as much as delta because delta was more contagious.
Okay.
People just want something to post on
Conspiracy
Twitter.
theories. It's
They
not.
just want something to post on Twitter to get.
Yeah. I don't know.
that
I
makes
don't really
sense.
have an conspiracy theory. I genuinely just think like no one knows what the fuck they're doing at this point. I don't think anyone knows what the fuck they're doing.
When it comes to
Government and
dude, did you
like everyone has their own
did
opinion
you-
and they take it seriously, sure, but like in my opinion, it's not that like
Did you see? Oh yeah.
like it is okay. It is serious. Like okay, medical consequences
Yeah.
and stuff like that. But like the not going out part, bro. That's not. I feel like it's serious for a lot of social people, but like. And I'm decently social, I guess. I'm not like super social. I'm not like a social butterfly or anything, but
The government is our parents and we're their children, and they're trying to calm the children down. And when your child is whining and protesting in the streets,
yeah. Oh yeah, my
You know?
friend. You know my one of my buddies like, he's like, did you get the second vaccine? I was like, yeah. And he's like, sheep instantly, no hesitation. No, didn't even not didn't skip a beat. He's like sheep. No, it's love. Everyone's got their own opinion, but he's literally sheep. And pretty much,
did he end up explaining to you his point of view?
He did. I understand his point of view. I don't blame the guy. Some people just don't want to get the vaccine.
I mean, I understand that if you had COVID before. If you got COVID before, then that's natural
No,
immunity.
I don't know. I take.
That's natural immunity. That's better than the vaccine because, as people know,
I feel like everyone had it like December 2019.
Oh,
I
yeah,
felt
yeah,
like I had
no,
it.
no. I've definitely
December 2019.
caught it, but we're in the
But
low demographic.
Yeah, but before it was a
sector
thing, because
of
there was a
getting-
thing March 2020.
Yeah.
So in December 2019, I got super sick that I've never like gotten sick like that before. Like it was a different kind of sick, bro. And I never had it again. But like during the entire time COVID happened, I never. But December 2019, I remember it perfectly, bro. It was a weird thing.
Dude, I saw this video the other day of, I don't know, there was this Congress meeting
Right.
in Ottawa, and they wanted to propose some bill in regards to COVID, some shit like that. It was something like that. I don't want to go into something which I don't know.
Yeah.
But it was in regards to like they want to raise money, right? And they were like, okay, this is gonna cost $7 billion. Where is it coming from?
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw that specific video, but
I
he was pretty much saying,
But he's a conservative, so they look at the financials, bro. At the end of the day, they all have PhD. They all have, I don't know if it's PhDs, but they all have like business degrees and economics degrees, and
Yeah.
like they're all finance experts. All of the conservatives, like, I don't care which way you go, and I don't go any certain way. To be honest with you, like, if we're being honest, I don't even vote, but I feel like I shouldn't even put that. But I'm gonna fuck. Yeah, I don't lean any which way, but these guys are like the financial experts, and I feel like it's been a cycle. Like the liberals come on, they got voted in, and they liberally spend the budget, and then the conservatives come and they fix it all up because they know the financial aspect.
and that's how the cycle of Canada.
I
would
feel
go.
like it has been going. Really, it's been between the two parties. I don't even think I lived in a time.
Yeah.
Like I don't think I was alive when like NDP was voted in because I don't have any recollection of that.
Anyways, so in that video, he was pretty much saying like, where's the money coming from?
Yeah.
And you can understand, they were in this massive hall with people of high status in the government,
Yeah.
and with people on Zoom calls as well abroad, right? Whether they'd be in Quebec or whatever it is, and nobody would answer. It was hilarious. He was talking to himself. He was talking to himself, and he was like, "Where's the money coming from?"
There was that one video where he's like, "You should can we replace the minister with a fucking stereo? It'll save the government $250,000 a year in salary." I swear to you, it was hilarious because he's like, "Can you guys? Do you guys know what percentage or something about inflation?" You know, he's like, "Can you give us like an exact inflation rate or whatever?" And he's like, "The government has helped." Millions of Canadians get back on their feet, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, okay.
They never answer the question, do they?
They never answer the question.
They just counteract it with something which sounds good.
It'll look bad, bro. It'll look bad. That's the thing. The video will twist it. And he would be like, okay, well, can you say what the average debt of the average household? And he'd be like, the government did serve. And then at one point he started speaking French.
But that's the weird thing about governments is like, for as long as you can remember, I can remember, or even our parents, right?
Yeah.
Everybody has always complained about the government. Oh, the government this, the
government that. You want to know something?
And then it's like,
before Donald Trump?
What's the solution?
Before Donald Trump, I never gave a shit about government. I never cared. I never looked. I never give a shit. And then some clown. I don't give a shit. But I feel like everyone that's gonna watch this feels the same way. But if you're an American redneck and you're like, is it MAGA? Make America Great Again. If you're one of those guys, like, I don't give a shit. Fuck off. But
like, anyway, so what's it called?
What I was saying is like Donald once like this entertainer, billionaire, or is he a billionaire? He is a billionaire, right?
I think
With real
so,
estate and shit. Gets voted into office. Then I was like, oh shit, like government's kind of interesting. For me, that's when like I actually like okay, we learned about it in grade 10.
It shouldn't be interesting. It should be practical.
It should be practical and boring. That's why now that Joe Biden's in, bro, I don't give a shit. You don't give a shit about how America's been wrong. I don't give a shit.
But you see, that's the weird part. It's like what I was trying to mention before. It's like, okay, everybody complains about the government, so what's the solution? Right? So I remember I was watching this one show on Netflix. Highly recommend you watch it, by the way. It's called I forget its name. It's something related with dictators. It was pretty much a docu-series.
That's hilarious you say that. I had a discussion about dictatorship with my buddy the other day.
Yeah.
And it would work. My buddy literally said, he's like, because I asked him, because I was getting training for this podcast, kind of thing. Because, okay, so what happened was once the idea of the podcast came up, I was like, okay, I need some practice. So now every single conversation I'll have with people, I just think, okay, cameras rolling, lights on. Let me get into the interviewing mode, I guess. It was on my birthday that day. We went out for sushi, then we went to Mint Restaurant lunch. Shout out Mint. So we were there, we were chilling, talking, and dude, he literally said, he's like, I asked him like, what would you do? How would you run the? I don't know how the topic came up, but then the question was like, okay, well, how would you run it? He's like, first of all, dictatorship, because that would be the easiest form of government to lead, and then he literally gave me,
it's controversial, but dictatorship
it is controversial. It is because, well, there's been a lot of dictatorships in the past that abuse their power. I feel like if there's a dictatorship, I don't even want to get that deep into it because
I'm down to get that deep into it because I know a lot about that stuff. Especially, dude,
because of Saudi, I guess.
No. Saudi's not a dictatorship.
Saudi's not a dictatorship.
No, it's a
the
monarchy.
King and shit. No,
it's a monarchy.
Isn't that?
I'll explain.
Okay, I guess that is a difference in terms of.
So what I learned from watching that docu-series.
Yeah.
I remember we were talking about that the other day about Saddam Hussein and what he used to do. So pretty much what you do when you're in a dictatorship, it's steps, right? It's steps, and they explain how the scariest part is that any average Joe can do it. Any person who believe in yourself, right, is the first step. And they mentioned that. Look, that's step number one.
Yeah.
Like, you need to believe that you can do it.
We're not trying to inspire any dictatorship. By the way, no, we're not.
We show in human history that humans love being ruled over by somebody. Why? Because it removes the tension off of the people, right? The reason why things like riots and everything like that gets incited in North America here especially is because it's a democracy. The people are involved. We are the ones which elect whoever runs the country next. Right? So that's why the whole thing with rigged elections and all that happens. But with a dictatorship, you put your entire faith in this one person and his regime.
Yeah.
And
That's
you just
putting all your eggs in one basket, pretty
you
much.
put
Yeah,
all your
you
eggs
don't
in
have
one basket,
options.
and you live your life. And like whatever the guy institutes into the country, that's what you do.
Yeah.
Right. And believe it or not, that's what humans like. We like to be, you know.
I guess that's why. That's why, like,
somebody because it's comfortable.
That's why I guess like when with like prime minister and presidency, or I guess you'd say ministry for instead of prime minister. I don't know, but for the prime minister and president elections, like that's why I guess it's like 4-year terms. You know, because it's like you can't have 1-year term. I feel like that'd be totally weird. 1-year term presidency or
changing each year.
Ministry, yeah, like each year you get different ideology. I feel it's too short, so it's like 4 years. Let's see what. Oh shit, I hit the table so hard. 4 years. Let's see what this person can do if that government can change the economy and.
And that's the thing, bro. With dictators, with dictatorship, they it's long term.
Bro, 3 steps. I'm telling you, 3 steps.
It's long term.
My one buddy said 3 steps, and I'm not gonna say what it is. I want to have him on the show, but once you hear those 3 steps, for some strange reason, it makes sense. It does make sense. Everything he said absolutely made sense. But,
and there's other schools of thought other than being like a dictator or just being like just like how the country is run now. Like there's some weird ones like Litocracy or something. It's where like
I have no idea. I did not study any of that shit.
Yeah. I've watched like a couple YouTube videos on that. I'm not an expert.
Literally, about the most amount of knowledge I have in politics is whatever we learn.
No, it's not really. It's not really politics. It's like social science. You can think of it like that.
Never.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that gets way too deep. I've never. So, you know.
So do you want me to explain to you what that is? The Litocracy thing.
Sure.
So it's pretty much like they everybody in the country is being told that they have a chance onto being the president in the next term, however much that term lasts. Mm-hmm. Right? It's called it's like the lotto, Litocracy. Right?
Oh shit.
So the people within this country are being told that you might one day be called up and be like, "Yup, you
have to rule the shit."
You're gonna have.
I feel
to
like
rule
they had
shit.
that in like medieval times, no?
Yeah, they dismissed it. They were gonna implement it in like Europe and stuff like that, but they thought they figured out it was a very bad idea. Because imagine if you appoint like some homeless dude.
Yeah.
If the turn
some bum
comes on him, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, he's gonna run the country pretty poorly. But then what that also does, it incites like blackmail, because people are gonna want to like be friendly with each other just so that, let's say in the hypothetical situation that he gets into the presidency,
I want him to be my friend.
I'll be on his side.
Yeah.
Right. So that incites like, you know, favoritism.
Ass kissing as well, I guess.
And ass kissing as well. Yeah. So that
it does not work. I don't think that works.
It does not. It's interesting to think about. It does not work. You know, it never works.
All these concepts at its bare core are very interesting to think about, you know?
Because we humans are social creatures.
Yeah.
And that's why we need all these like different forms of government, right? We operate like ants.
Yeah.
Just like how ants operate, right? Ants live in colonies, and they live in units. Like you don't count.
And then there's like the queen ant, I think it is, right? Or I know that's queen bee, but
I think the same concept applies to ants as well. Right? And like it's weird, bro, because even those.
Would that be considered a monarchy? I guess. Would it be a monarchy or no? What's the woman-run thing called?
There's
Patriarchy.
Thing?
Patriarchy?
I never knew there was a woman-run thing.
Swear to God, let's fact check it. I'll get your phone.
I have no clue, dude.
Yeah. This was in the Money Heist. Money Heist. You remember when the what's that woman that
Tokyo?
died? No, the girl that died.
Nairobi.
You remember when Nairobi was like she took power, I guess.
I know, like Australia and stuff like that.
Well, yeah, here's the thing. I have a buddy. I think he's stuck in New Zealand. I want to say New Zealand. I think the prime minister is a female. There is. I swear it is. Type in patriarchy.
I don't think patriarchy.
I think it's patriarchy.
I don't think patriarchy just means like you'll die for your country and shit.
No, that's patriot.
A system of society or government in which men hold the power.
Oh shit! Hold on.
It says, and women are largely excluded from it. So that's pretty much the opposite of.
Hold on. Patriarchy.
So just right. I think it's right opposite of patriarchy. I think maybe you'll get that. Thank you.
Yeah. Shit, that was bad. Opposite. I think it's matriarchy.
Maybe it is matriarchy actually.
Yeah. See, matriarchy. I knew it was something with archy, bro. That's why I got confused. Matriarchy can also be used more broadly to describe a family that is ruled by a powerful woman. That's interesting. It was the matriarchy. She said, I'm pretty sure she said, let the matriarchy begin or some shit.
Yeah, monarchy is different. Monarchy is like a family. So like Jordan and Saudi are the two, at least to my knowledge, the only monarchies right now.
I feel like Kuwait or Qatar is.
No, you're right. Yeah. Most of the, I'm so stupid. Yeah, most of the Gulf countries are. Those are pretty much like royal families which occupied the land.
Yeah.
And then they were the ones which thrived on there, and then people started to follow their practices.
Yeah, but would you say that, like, you know how like ants have like the queen ant, I guess, and the bees have the queen bee? Would you say that's pretty much a matriarchy? That is, no? That would. Run by powerful women. They're female ant or female bee.
I guess so, yeah.
That would be matriarchy,
I guess you could think
right?
of it like that, yeah.
That's interesting.
That wouldn't happen in a monarchy, though. Like, there's no chance, like, a girl would come and be queen in Saudi. I don't think so, at least. I highly doubt it.
Well, UK's monarchy run by, which is pretty much a...
Is it a monarchy?
There's the queen of... There's a no... Because she's not really... Is she a government? I don't know UK.
I don't know what the queen is, bro. She's just...
Because
she's invincible,
they
dude.
do have the same kind of government we do, but there's Queen Elizabeth. Like we were talking about memories today, by the way. Yeah, like it's New Year's Eve. We had family over. Like we were just talking about memories, and like I was talking about how like I got hit by a goat when I was a kid. And I'm taking in my dad and my grandpa lied to my mom about this. That's wild to me. Because as a kid, you don't understand. Like I have two grown ass men taking me to a farm. It was Eid al-Adha. That's one of our celebrations for Muslims. It's the second Eid. So you usually customarily, you
it's
go.
It's a sacrificial.
Yeah, sacrificial goat.
Sacrificial goat. Yeah.
I guess. No. It's not sacrificial goat. No. I'm pretty sure we just eat goat on that.
No.
Adha
means to sacrifice.
Oh, because of the time where it was something about a prophet who like the God told him to cut or something his son, and he's like, don't worry, trust me, and then turn into a goat or something like that. I think that's what has to do.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, you're right.
Don't judge me. Don't judge me.
Don't judge him on the Islamic stories.
On this, I'm not exactly. I'm not exactly known, but if I turn out to be right, that's great. If I don't,
you are right.
If
it's just
don't.
You're right. It's
don't
just that
fucking judge me.
Some parts of it are.
I don't know. I used to. Yeah, probably choppy. I'm not gonna lie. Maybe not everything I said is right, but hey, I have a very good feeling that's what it is. Because I remember my mom used to put me in an Arabic school. We learned stuff about Islam too, but I don't know, it was weird. Anyways, moving on from that. So the goat, we went to go. My dad and my grandpa at the time, they took me to a farm. I think I was like 4 years old, she's saying. And they said that I tripped and I fell and I hurt my eye. I have like a scar right here on my right eye. But what happened is the goat was bad. It was a mad goat or some shit, bro. It fucking hit the fucking gate and then it jumped over and it ran up. And these guys, I remember them perfectly. Everyone went a separate direction. And this fucking goat, I'm a fucking 4-year-old kid just there. I don't know what happened.
Clueless 4-year-old.
Yeah, boom. Hit the ground on the dirt. And I remember just looking towards the road. I see the goat run out and fucking get killed by a car. And then my dad fucking joked around and said, yeah, we're going to eat this goat. And I'm taking it now that I'm an adult. Like, we did not eat a dead goat that got killed by a car. I'm pretty sure that's haram. But anyways, I don't even know if I'm... But anyways, yeah. And then they would try getting me to eat the head. Later on that day.
You know, it's actually not bad.
I don't care. That's disgusting.
I've eaten like the sheep's head.
Eyeball, bro. That looks
I think I've eaten every part of the sheep except its balls.
You know, I'm not even a fan of lamb. I don't know how people like lamb chops.
You know what's really tasty?
Balls? Wait, say that again. Wait, what? And now I'm taking you.
I was saying I've eaten every part of the sheep or goat or whatever, like.
Except lamb balls.
Except the balls.
Yeah, I feel like that would be disgusting, bro.
Like the head.
That's disgusting.
The head, I'll tell you, the tongue is really good.
That's disgusting.
The tongue, and like the most tender meat, the most tender meat is the cheeks. But I'm telling you, cheeks hit different. I don't know what it is. The head off the sheep.
Yeah.
So, the brain tastes really shit, really bad, really like mushy, slimy. Exactly what you'd expect.
I don't like lamb at all, bro. Anything about lamb.
And the way you like take out everything is very like vile. It's like you have to break the head and you have to split everything open.
I can't do it, bro. I can't do it. I don't know how people in our culture.
And my grandpa would love to eat the eyeballs.
That's disgusting.
we'd always like keep the eyeballs.
All love to your grandpa. That's fucking disgusting.
It's nasty. It is very nasty though. It's very nasty.
Yo, you know what's disgusting? I remember. I think my dad, may rest in peace. He used to eat pigeon, bro.
Pigeon is good.
That's disgusting.
Pigeon is really good.
The only bird.
Don't hate it until you try.
Bird, bro.
No. You can't hate it until you try. It's a delicacy, by the way. In a lot of countries,
that you can eat in my world is chicken. That's it, bro. I feel like you're like roosters may be stretching it. I don't even know, to be honest, if it's the same meat, but because it's like male.
I don't know. I do not know. I'm not gonna talk about that.
Something you don't know. Yeah.
Something I do not know.
I don't know. Don't judge us for not knowing. But I eat chicken. Straight up chicken. Bird, chicken. Done. Yo, you know that? Do you know that thing in? I don't know if you ever seen like. There's this show called Billions, and they talk about like rich New York lifestyle, for example. There's this kind of fucking bird. I have to search it up. It's like a rare kind of bird or some shit. And
pheasant.
I think it is a pheasant. Can you search it up? And
how does it look like?
They're supposed to eat it. They're supposed to eat it while wearing like a white fucking They're supposed to put a napkin on their head. Yeah. Because it's like a shame and shit. You're supposed to hide your head. I swear to you.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
That sounds like some cult rituals, bro.
I know it does sound some like cult rituals. I don't even care, but search it up. It's a real fucking thing.
So I'm kind of confused on what to search.
How do you eat a pheasant? Ortolan. That's what it is, not pheasant.
What the hell is that?
See, look, the illegal delicacy Acts 8 on Billions is a real thing. Here's the story behind it. May 6, 2018.
Can I see the bird? How it looks like?
Hold on, I'll show you in a bit. This is on CNBC, by the way, so fuck off, everyone who thinks that I'm weird for knowing this. I did read this. Yeah, Billions, bro. Crazy show, by the way. Ate a bird so rare, it's illegal to consume. Only the richest, most connected people on earth get to experience it. Yeah. Sitting with napkins over their heads to savor the aromas, or as tradition goes, to hide your shame from God.
What?
To hide your shame from God. I don't know about you, but
goodness.
Yeah. After popping the bite-sized fowl into his mouth whole. Yeah, you're supposed to eat it whole. You're supposed to eat you can't.
Wait. What's that thing about God?
Yeah. So you're supposed to put the napkin over your head, because the tradition when you eat this bird, you're supposed to, because it's illegal, to consume. But you put the napkin over your head, and it says, as tradition goes, to hide your shame from God, because you're eating a songbird. Yeah. I'm telling you, bro. Some foodies take shit religiously, but like this is. Like, it's a real fucking thing.
What if you, like, disrespect them and not do it?
No, but here's the thing. You're a fucking rich-ass billionaire.
I mean, yeah.
And you're having
if you go to masquerade parties and shit like that.
I'm actually curious whether to know this is, like, haram or not, which is, like, against our religion. Like, I don't know if it's against our religion or not. That's what I'm curious about.
I mean, if it's
eat that, like, a songbird. I doubt it. I honestly doubt it. Like,
yeah, I don't think so. Can you show me how the bird looks like?
Hold on. I don't know if it's...
I don't know why I sound like a little kid.
This.
It's like a really normal bird.
It's a cute bird, I'm not gonna lie. But
it looks like a normal bird.
That's weird eating it.
Can you edit it so you can like show how it looks like?
I'll try. I don't know. I'm not that technology advanced. Sorry guys. Like you're looking at the team. This is me. This is run by me. Here. Yeah. Crazy.
Weird, bro. Weird animals.
Crazy concept, right?
What's the weirdest animal you've ever seen?
Weirdest animal I've ever seen?
Yeah.
It's gonna sound super fucking stupid to a lot of people.
Weirdest looking. It doesn't have to be like an exotic animal or anything. It's just the weirdest looking.
I'll tell you the weirdest. One of the weirdest looking animals I'd say would be like a killer whale and beluga, bro. Those two things on like marine
You've seen
land.
Those?
Yeah, Marineland, bro.
Oh, Marineland, okay.
Yeah, I mean, there was like this whole boycott Marineland thing because they're keeping those animals there. Because like it's depressing, you know, like that's not the way we're supposed to see animals. That's what they're saying.
You know, beluga whales.
And I do agree with that.
You know, beluga whales are very smart.
Are they?
Extremely smart.
Yo, they're like it's hella cute, but like it's intimidating being besides something like me personally, I'll never swim in the ocean ever. Weirdest fact about me, I'm scared. I will not swim in the ocean. You're messed. Shark, piranha.
Not deep ocean.
You ever seen that
not
movie?
Deep ocean.
Broski,
no.
I don't care. You ever see that movie about the piranhas coming up and fucking eating People near the shore? Not me. I'm
That's
not
weird.
I'm nah, yo. I don't care.
This bro.
People will say I'm fucking boring when I'm at the beach. I don't care.
Yeah.
If you're boring getting stung by no jellyfish, I ain't touching nothing.
I mean, look, deep ocean, I'd agree with you, but like if you're talking
That's
about
scary,
like a regular ocean resort type of thing, I would go.
Haji,
I don't mind.
you want to know what's fucked? We know more about space than we know about our ocean.
That is true. That is very true.
Do you see how that? I don't I don't fuck with that. Straight up. You know what I'm saying? No.
Some of the smartest creatures on Earth, bro, are in the ocean. You know, and like some we don't even know about yet.
Yeah.
Just like you said, the majority of the ocean is unexplored.
You want to know something? You want to know one of my biggest fears? I don't even think some of my friends know this. One of my biggest fears in life. The reason, like, here's the thing. Over the years, I haven't been on vacation in 11 years. I haven't took a plane in 11 years. Okay? Actually, almost 12. Pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. I'm hearing the fireworks in the background.
Is it 12? Oh, no.
It's not, but like, okay. You know, anyways, almost 12 years ago, you know, because it's almost New Year's. But I haven't been on an airplane since then. And I actually, like, part of me, I could have went on vacation so many times over the years.
Yeah.
I've made bare money, but not even trying to brag, but it's nothing to my friends' terms, but it's, like, I've made money enough to go on vacation and come back and still be comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the kind of money I've made before, but it's, my point is, I'm not going on vacation. Like, if I'm going.
So you were saying your biggest fear?
My biggest fear is getting on an airplane. And the airplane fucking crashing, middle of the ocean. Are you dumb? This is not Survivor, bro. I'm dying.
You know, with nowadays technology, it's very unlikely that happens. Extremely unlikely.
I don't care.
Very, very, very unlikely.
I don't care, bro. I'm scared. Listen, I'm not saying. Listen, if I get the chance to go on vacation again with someone, I want to go on vacation with people. You know, I'm not trying to go on vacation by myself. Even though a lot of people that go on vacation disagree with that, and I understand. You know, travel is definitely something that is good for mental health and shit, because, you know, you break the routine, I guess. But
yeah, you get to see more of the
world too,
planet which you live on.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, but I don't know, dude. I'm just scared. Like, if that ever happens, I will actually have a huge panic attack. If I survive that, everything else after that is bonus, straight up.
But I just want to pick your brain for a little bit. What's there to be scared about if the technology is there and
shoot technology, bro? Engine,
it's
gone, mid-air.
Very unlikely.
Yo, I understand. Like, people are like, oh, yo, that's only in the movies. Like, shut the fuck up, don't be a kid. Understood, but I'm still scared. Hyperventilating, kind of scared, bro.
Okay, but if you have numbers to back it up, then why should you be scared?
Don't give a shit.
Okay, I'll give you.
With my luck,
okay,
it'll be that 0.1% that fucking plane's engine just. And I have a buddy who's a airplane mechanic. I'm gonna ask him, actually. I should ask him. Very interesting topic. I should ask him this next time I see him.
Okay. I'll tell you this for a second.
But if that happens, bro, I'm hyperventilating. That mask that drops, I put it. I don't even think that will help me, bro. I will hyperventilate. I'm scared shitless. What? And it's gonna shoot
obviously
with buoyancy
because you're in a fucking massive missile about to fuck the Earth. Obviously.
Not fuck the Earth. The ocean. I would rather the Earth. I swear I'd rather the Earth.
What?
If it hits the ocean.
My guy, I think you have your facts wrong, bro. Listen, you would want essentially in a plane crash, the ideal scenario would be that you land in the ocean.
No, the ideal scenario.
Yes, because
I would actually rather.
You can put your life jackets or whatever the fuck that shit is.
I actually would rather.
And then the
plane get blown to pieces. I'd rather it hit the fucking thing and explode, and I'd go with it. I would so much rather. Like, here's the thing. I'm scared, and that's why I'm scared. Listen, I'm scared on both scenarios.
Okay.
I'm scared if the engine goes. I'm scared on both scenarios. But if I had to pick about which one I would fear more, I fear the ocean more than hitting the ground. Because here's the thing: you hit the ground.
Even if you survive,
Even if you survive, bro.
So you'd rather die.
The helicopter is gonna come. The time between that. you know, so much can happen between the time the helicopter comes to pick up all the things, all the people. I'm saying things. All the survivors.
Okay.
You're in the ocean. The ocean. You're in the ocean.
But you gotta understand.
A fucking whale could fucking take you or jump and hit you. Or a fucking shark. You could be surrounded by sharks. Sorry, I'm cutting you off.
No,
yeah,
it's fine. It's fine.
Surrounded by sharks. Like anything can happen. Sorry, continue.
Yeah, but you need to understand. You'd still live. Would you? Okay, I have a question. I have a question.
Fear,
before I move on and waste, if I were to be on this conversation, I just want to ask this in the beginning. Would you rather just ideally die in that scenario?
Yes.
Or you rather survive and then go through that whole hyperventilating, panic attack scene and then end up surviving?
I'll tell you something right now.
You would still survive. You
If I would ever survive
you'd
that,
have to go through hell and back, but you still survive.
Sure.
There's people out there. You've definitely seen those stories where like these people who were stuck in some crevice. I don't know. I don't know if you saw that story or not. There was a guy who was stuck in like some crevice in the ocean, under like
in the ocean.
Yeah, in the ocean. Bro,
I'm scared of the ocean.
In the ocean, but he was under like some container thing, so he could still breathe. But he was just there stuck for a couple days. He was just stuck there for a couple days, right? And then he eventually got rescued, but he had to go through. Obviously, he went through hell and back, just like what you're saying.
But I'll get back to that in a second. But that concept actually is wild to me. If you take a box and put it in water, there will be air in the fucking box.
Yeah.
How wild? Well, not like a fucking box, but like I mean like something that doesn't get wet easily, I guess.
Yeah. No, I get what you're trying to say. Yeah.
I don't know if it's box, but I saw that on Pirates of the Caribbean. That's the first time I saw. I swear to God, it was one of the Pirates of the Caribbean. He put like a fucking thing over his head, and then he went underwater, right? And then he's going through water because he could still get air. That was like, I guess they're all.
Yeah, that's like the whole concept of like how submarines work, pretty much.
Yeah, which is crazy to me. But back to that topic, bro. I'm more scared of the ocean. I'm actually the biggest pussy when it comes to the ocean. I don't give a shit. I guess so scared, bro.
It's the unknown.
If I would survive that, it's the unknown.
The unknown aspect
I'm scared of space. I'm scared shitless of space. Are you kidding?
So there's this astronaut, Canadian astronaut, very famous. He's called Chris Hadfield, right? He's very well known in like the NASA
was Armstrong Canadian?
Armstrong was American.
Was he?
Yeah, he was American.
Okay.
No, I don't think he was Canadian. He was American. Yeah, and he was.
I think I have to think about
so Hadfield was pretty much describing how it feels like, because you were talking about how the unknownness of the ocean scares you, and he was pretty much describing his first spacewalk in space when he went on the International Space Station, right? And he was describing it as like the process, like you put on the suit first, then you have to like put on the thing which...
And have to be trained with G-force and all that bullshit.
You have to be trained with the G-force so that you can handle how it is to be.
Did you see that video of the girl who's like 20 and she like turned 50 for 3 seconds?
Oh, yeah.
Because of the whole force. Wrinkles, that's crazy. That's wild.
And he was pretty much describing like, okay, you have to like cling yourself onto the space station in case your suit goes into the vastness of space. You don't wanna, there's no jetpacks on it.
I think that's basic, like, because there's training for heights.
Pretty much. And he was describing it as like he goes outside, and that's the moment where he sees Earth, right?
Yeah.
And he's seeing Earth with like its entirety of greatness and how like it looks so beautiful and stuff like that. And he can see all the landscapes from above and shit. And then he says, you look over your shoulder. And he says it's complete blackness. Complete blackness.
That's crazy.
Like not like when you close your eyes, blackness. He said it was like a blackness
that you can see.
That you can see, and he said it felt like a slime where you can like put your hand in it.
Because it's endless.
Type of thing. It's endless. And he was like, that was the scariest thing he's ever witnessed in his entire life.
Yeah, the unknown.
You see this beautiful planet. Beautiful. You see all the atmosphere, everything you can see from above, the clouds, the mountains, the terrains, everything. And then he's just like, you just turn your head 90 degrees and it's like pure blackness. Absolutely nothing. He couldn't even see stars. He couldn't see shit.
That's amazing, though.
Couldn't see shit.
That's crazy.
And that's the same thing with the ocean. It's the same thing.
It is the same thing with... I'm scared either way, bro. I'm scared either way. I don't know. Like, and here's the thing. If I would ever survive in that scenario, I will never take a plane in my life again. Plane, boat, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? If my family members,
you're lying. I feel like if I told you right now that the scenario.
Listen, if I keep surviving, No, what? You know what I'm saying? But if I keep surviving,
dude, if I told you right now I had 2 tickets to Cancun,
I'll go.
Me and you. Okay.
Say less, bro.
Say less. Okay, then shut the fuck up. Then shut the fuck up. Then you're not scared of planes.
No, but I will be. No. Here's the thing. You ever like man through something?
Oh my goodness.
You ever man through something? I'll tell you a couple scenarios where I man through them. But like, here's the thing. You're obviously going on vacation. You know, you're in a relaxing mood. But deep down, I would be scared. Like in my heart, in my brain,
but you
I'm
wouldn't
like,
want to make
I'm
a scene though.
scared.
You wouldn't want to make a scene though.
It wouldn't be a scene. I'd be excited.
You'd be hyperventilating, bro, in the middle of the plane. Yeah, you'd make a scene.
No, I swear to God, I wouldn't. What?
I'd be excited. If you're that scared as you say you are, then yeah, you would.
I'm scared to the point of excitement when it comes to the plane. If I'm telling you, if the engine blew and I look out the window and I see smoke and I know we're going down, I will start hyperventilating. Okay. But getting onto the plane, I'm scared. I'm scared shitless.
That makes sense.
I'm scared shitless, but like it's inside. It's not like I'm excited, you know, I can't sleep because I'm excited, but I'm also excited because I'm scared shitless.
Yeah.
You know? So it's like the hyperventilating starts when I would look out, if I were ever to look outside and I see black smoke, boom. Anyone would hyperventilate in that fucking scenario. Maybe not everyone. I know some pretty calm heads, I'm not gonna lie, but
no, there'd be different reactions, you know?
Huh?
Some people would, like, I don't know if you ever saw that video of the plane going into turbulence, and it was like the perfect representation of what everybody would do in that case.
What is it?
So I saw it on Reddit. It was like a guy started filming that the plane was going through like some insane turbulence, right? And he was pretty much filming everybody around him, and you can see how each person reacted to how the plane crashed on them.
Yeah, what were their actions?
So one guy was drinking. He opened the bottle. He literally snatched the bottle from the little hostess cart, right?
Yeah.
He took the bottle, just started drinking straight from the bottle.
Did he like shotgun it or?
This guy just took the whole thing like a champ, right? Another woman started praying. She just started like praying to God. Yeah. Another woman was screaming. Another woman fainted. Right?
That's crazy how there's like
and
so
like
many
everybody reacts differently. And so this guy is just filming and he's like chuckling in the background. Yeah, he's like, yeah, I'm gonna die. Fuck it.
Let me record. That's fucked up. But
I'm pretty sure they survived because the video got uploaded. So.
Well, yeah, obviously, yeah. Yo, I want to go back to a topic we were talking about earlier. Is $10,000 a big sum?
Yeah.
What do you think? You think $10,000 is a big sum?
So when we were talking about this earlier, this is what I said. I said it depends on the person you give it to and their maturity, right? So if you're giving it to an 18-year-old, right? Like we said, I don't know if like when we were talking about it, we were like, if that's the biggest amount of money he's ever seen in his life,
he's gonna spend it.
He's gonna spend it recklessly. That doesn't matter.
No two ways.
There's no two ways. There's no sane 18-year-old who has not seen that much amount of money and not just fucking and not just he's stupid if he's not.
But here's the thing. I feel like there's the other side of the coin for it, which I didn't mention earlier. But it's one thing being handed 10 bands, and it's another thing if you earn it.
That's true. I feel like that's true.
Where I feel like that's where the difference
where the blood, sweat, and tears come into play.
Yeah, you're not likely to spend it as I feel like at that age, if you earned that 10,000 in a short period of time, whatever. Yeah. You're not as I don't think you're as likely to spend it. Recklessly.
Is that why a lot of people who win the lottery end up going broke? Like a year later or 2 years later?
Yo, it's hilarious you mentioned that. I once read an article. There was this one woman in America that won it, and she spent a lot of her, like a huge majority of her money. At the time, Hummers were big. Yeah. I don't know if Hummers are big.
I've rode in a Hummer before, yeah.
Yeah, but Hummers at the time, like no one really gives a shit about Hummers these days, I don't think. But they're not, you don't see them around as often. But back in the day, they were big. And she got like a pink Hummer. This was like around the time where like I don't know if you used to listen to like T.I. and shit, but you know like during that time when T.I. was big, still is big, but like he was like, you know, main guy back in the day.
But you talking about the lottery? That's like how much? 25 million?
Yeah, but she spent like, bro. If anyone got
let her buy the pink Hummer, bro, for fuck's sake, like 25 million.
Yeah, but if even so, bro, I wouldn't spend.
How'd she go broke though?
That partying, giving to friends, like. But the Hummer itself, I think it was like over 100 bands. She got it customized and all this bullshit. Like,
yeah, but that's the thing with unearned money, right?
Yeah,
she just
money, so she's
wrote,
like, fuck it.
she just circled a bunch of numbers, sorry, and then she ended up
But
winning
here's the
25
thing, though.
million.
But here's the thing. It's not even. It is a portion of it is okay. You won the money, or you got given the money, and then there's the other portion of earning it, where so you have two different mindsets with it. But I was actually talking about this with my buddy as well too. Like, bro, we're not taught shit growing up. Like investing and shit like that. Actually, what I know people that were big on investing before Corona. You know what I'm saying? Like, I actually had at one point I owned the CGC. I'm not gonna mention what it is. If you know what it is, you know what it is. But I had my money in CGC at one point, and it was like $6, and it went up to 60. Right? I had a few shares. I wish I put more into it, but like that was one of my biggest come ups on that.
Yeah. So you were talking, they don't teach you about investing.
Yeah, but then it wasn't big. That was like the most I ever got into like stocks and shit back when I was like in real estate.
Yeah.
But and I just obviously now like I understand it more and better. A lot of my friends taught me too. A lot of my friends. I learned more from my friends than I ever learned in school. That's crazy. That's crazy to me. I learned more from my friends than school ever taught me.
Essentially, especially when you're talking about when it comes to the topic of money, that's really what it is.
It is.
Right?
I don't know why it's such a sensitive topic.
There's this quote I really like. It's if I did not stand on the shoulders of giants, then I would not have seen further, or some shit like that.
Damn, that was philosophical. Say that one more time.
It's something it's by Isaac Newton, right? He said that because a lot of science is based on learning from other people's, trial and error methods.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And that's how you get to gain knowledge. So he was like, if I have seen further, it's because I stood on the shoulders of giants.
That's crazy.
Right? It's like he got to be where he's at because of the people before him.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Right? And that's essentially how it works with money, right? You don't really, if you're gonna take it purely from the school system, they're not gonna teach you about money. You might take economics. They'll teach you like the basics of like academic economics.
Okay,
business.
listen. When it comes to economics,
they won't teach you like the hardcore street smarts money management wise. You know? I feel like that's the thing you're really good at. I learned most of my knowledge, at least in this country, from you.
Yeah.
Right, and you gained that from talking to other people and experience trial and error.
That's what's crazy. I was talking to my uncle about that today. Is like the process of like right out of high school. Not a lot of people had their own businesses. Okay, I know maybe a handful of people that opened up their own like legitimate business. Like we're talking HST number and all that. And like it's crazy to me because I know I have friends out there that don't know what a HST number is or how to get one. And I know, and that's why like one of my close buddies now, we get along because like this is when we were talking about shit like. I was like, oh shit, like you know about that shit too, like gang, but what's it called? Yeah, like you don't know that there's a whole process, like you have to go through it. And then like for example, you want to go to the bank and you're like, yo, I want to open up a business bank account. Then they ask you, okay, articles of incorporation or master business license. And it's like people don't know the process. Like you have to go through it first. And once you go through it one time, doing it again and again and again, it's like you know what to do. It's the same thing as buying a car.
It really is a trial and error. I mean, the other day...
Buying a car, buying real estate, you do it once, and then it's like, okay, I know how to do it now. But yeah.
I feel like that's mainly because when we're in school, we're taught that life is a sequence.
I feel like we're taught a lot.
It's a chain of events. You go from grade 1 to grade 2, grade 2 to grade 3, grade 3 to grade 4, and so on.
Yeah.
Right? And then once you reach grade 12, you graduate, and then, okay, now what? Okay, now we go to college, and then the cycle moves on.
I feel like it's all theoretical.
Right? And then they don't really... It's more of like, okay, I'm going from step A to step B to step C to step D, right? You're learning all these things, but then...
They don't teach you what's important,
They don't teach you the fundamentals of how to manage your finances.
Or how to start a life, dude. All that shit you learn yourself.
Because everything else what you learn academically is important as well. It's really important, but it goes hand in hand.
Nothing wrong with
it goes hand in hand with your finances.
Yes.
Right?
But here's the thing. I agree. Listen, I don't disagree. School is important, 100%. You want to ever talk about that subject, school is important. I personally didn't continue school after high school, and to be honest, like I don't think I'm doing half bad for someone who didn't finish college or uni. But what I'm thinking about is like, bro, I did not learn anything. Like, don't get me wrong, I learned certain things, and I had teachers that were the most amazing teachers ever. But nah, yo, life taught me way more. What I know now, 90% of it I learned by myself. From like, when I say by myself too, is like I learned it from my friends, family. They teach me shit. They tell me shit. I'm learning new shit as I'm talking to you sometimes. Like you learn new shit outside of school. School, I don't know. School really, but the thing is, it's like the fundamentals of life, bro. Taxes.
No,
a lot
when
of
I
people
mentioned-
talk about taxes, bro. Like now it's day to day. It's day to day, and they don't teach you that shit. But yeah, sorry.
Yeah, no. When I mentioned school, I didn't mean as in like, oh, that's majority of where you get your knowledge from.
It's important.
I said that in regards to like, that's what they emphasize on teaching you, right? And that's important as well. But they do not teach you the thing which goes hand in hand with it, which is your finances.
Yeah.
Right. How to manage your taxes, how to open up an investment account,
Business
how
account,
to read stock charts, what each of what all the stock terminology means, stuff like that. It's the information is out there. You can go seek it.
Yeah.
Right. If you can go seek it and you'll find it if you want. Very easily accessible nowadays, right? But
do you think when it comes to stocks and stock trading and all that shit, do you think like the specific stock core, like there's like stock brokers and shit like that out there?
Okay.
Like the whole concept of Wolf of Wall Street, for example.
Okay.
You don't think that when they're studying for their stock trading license or whatever to manage money,
they teach them.
They teach them the actual stuff?
Yeah. They teach them, obviously. They teach them. That's what I'm saying. If you, like, there's programs out there, they'll teach you.
Yeah.
Courses.
And there's programs out there for, like, taxes
academic-wise. Yeah, obviously. Everything is available,
taxes,
obviously. I'm just saying, from when you're younger, right? Because, okay, imagine this. Imagine a scenario where the school system teaches all those things step by step, in accordance to each grade, right? So obviously when you're in 3rd, 4th grade, they're not going to teach you about long division, right? Or any of the advanced calculus or stuff like that. They're going to teach you...
Imagine.
They'll teach you...
shit.
They'll teach you, first of all, how to add, how to subtract, how to divide, how to multiply. Then they'll move on to like something more...
Math.
Then something like bed math, something more advanced. Eventually, throughout the grades, you'll reach to advanced calculus given... if you were paying attention to everything else, right? Imagine that same going up the ladder, information-wise, but with financing. And telling people like, oh, okay, the dollar actually means something. Right? Because there's a lot of kids/teenagers which, are very reckless with their money.
Yeah.
Me and you included.
Yeah. I feel like a lot... Here's the thing, though. A lot of people...
But that's the thing. If you were to do that, then you would raise... society of, I don't want to say, do I say entrepreneurs? I don't want to say entrepreneurs. I would say like people who are financially literate rather than people who are just like winging it and going and like all workers or whatever. Because the current financial
feel like I've been winging it from like the beginning of time.
What am I saying? Current academic school system, right, is made in a way where you end up being an employee. Right.
Yeah, and I feel like
it's up to you. It's up to you to go and seek out the opportunities which eliminate you from that being your fate.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Right, and
it's a crazy way to put it. By the way, that's a crazy way to put it. You do have the option too. I feel like a lot of people.
Yeah, it's there. It's not hard. It's not hard.
You just have to put in the work.
You just need to read. No, it's not about. It's not even about putting in the work. It's just you need to realize that it's out there.
Yeah.
Like bro, I'm telling you,
there's a different path.
This phone right now, like this is magic. This is pure sorcery. You're kidding me? I can search up any information I want at the tip of my fingertips.
And it's crazy because
I can go learn anything, any topic, and anything. But I'm telling you, there's MIT, Harvard classes right now on YouTube for free.
Yeah, but see, here's the thing. You hear about this, okay? I've heard this so many times, and it's one thing. And like you always brush it off. And like I know a lot of people at home, they'll be like, "Oh, fuck what they're talking about," like, "Oh, this phone is crazy to have or whatever." But theoretically speaking, it is. if you think about it very deep, like you were telling me today, like what were you saying? You were saying today, in today's day and age, we're living richer than fucking...
Oh yeah. So the average person in today's world is pretty much the equivalent of like how kings and like upper class people lived back then.
Which is wild.
Which is crazy, and that's why we take majority of the things we have for granted.
Yeah.
Right? Because if you really want to go into specifics, what do you need to live? You need food, water, shelter, right, and warmth.
Yeah, heat. Yeah.
To not die of like coldness.
Yeah.
Right? And the average person, you don't even need to, I'm not even gonna call it poor. You can be lower middle class and you can have all those things. Right?
Yeah, but it's a society we live in nowadays that says, oh, you need the more luxurious.
It's not even about society or anything. It's just
100%, bro.
People's ambitions and aspirations are heightened now because of the opportunities you get. Right? It's like, okay,
because of the tech.
It's like because of the tech. Because like the norm now.
Much,
the norm. If the norm became living like kings, right? That's the norm.
That would be crazy.
That's the norm.
Crazy
right?
life, yeah.
That's the norm. And then what would one aspire to be, further than that? That's why people.
That's why there has. Okay, so you're saying that there has to be rich and poor. There has to be.
There has to be hierarchy.
So you say, so you don't think
there has to be hierarchy.
So you're saying like communism isn't a thing. It should never be a thing. Then is what you're saying. I don't even want to get into deep political issues like that.
No. I'm trying to think of like a response because
that's fine.
I've read about quite a bit about communism.
Marx theory.
Yeah. I've read the Communist Manifesto.
Oh, you actually?
I have.
That's actually crazy.
That's weird.
I had to do a project on that, but I didn't read the whole thing.
It's weird because I wanted to know like what the whole thing was about.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm a dumbass. I'll tell you that right now. I'm not literate when it comes to this. I just read it just to understand the concept. And it doesn't work. It does not work in the world we live in.
And
today.
No, people should not be there. There's never a point where people are really equal and financially. We're talking about the financial gap between rich, poor, middle class.
Because if you want to be equal, then you'd need the people to go along together, right? And you can never really
in terms of a barter society.
Okay, I'll tell you something. You can be
equal. I trade you my fucking sugar for your cow.
You can be equal within your family, right? Because
what do you mean?
With your family, these are people which have direct ties back to you. Therefore, you want good relations with each person. Were to want to be like that, I'm just saying in general family sense, right?
Okay.
That's when being equal works. But then, if you want to imply a communist regime onto people, then you'd need the entire area to trust each other and to be we're equal.
So what you're saying is that the concept can work between a family, and you're talking entire family, not like main family.
Yeah.
You're talking about entire family. It could work, but that can't work in terms of society.
No, it does not work like that.
Really?
Yeah.
Why not though?
It's fucked. It's fucked because I do not like capitalist society, but capitalist society
kind of works. Yeah.
Capitalist society works.
Yeah.
Capitalist society works at the expense that the people in it just complain about it, and that's it.
The only thing I don't like about a capitalist society is the superficialness, I guess you could say, that comes with it. Like you gotta fake it till you make it. You can't really be real with your clients if you think about it. You could never be real with your clients. You can't tell your client like, yo, you're a dumbass, dude. Like, I know this shit. Don't come to me and try and fucking act like you know more than me. Like, you can't be real with your client. You say, like...
Yeah, because you need to look at the benefit of the whole thing.
You need the money. That's your business. That's your reputation. Image. I don't like that. I feel like a lot of people know this about me, too, that I'm not a huge fan of image. I don't give a shit. But the issue is that then that becomes your image. Do you see what I'm saying? It's a whole fucking cycle. I don't care. People are gonna have their thoughts and opinions. Good for you. You're entitled to them. Me not care. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. The capitalist society works, but
the superficialness of it.
Not even the superficialness. It's also like the standard, which you have to put on yourself.
What do you mean?
Like in a capitalist society, you need to always. Okay, let's say if you're. Okay, I'm gonna open this topic. I don't know if you want to talk about this.
No, it's fine. Talk about it.
But like,
I'm surprised we've done this much time. This is more time than I did with your brother, by the way. But this is really interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, so the standard is that if you make money, then you're more likable than somebody who does not make money.
But then that translates into self-confidence.
And then
because
I understand. But then that puts you. And like I said before, I know there needs to be hierarchy in society, but it doesn't need to be determined by how much cash you make. It's determined by like the circumstances which you were put in. For example, like I do not compare to Putin, for example.
Yeah.
Right? Like this guy is obviously on a higher plane than I am. I am aware of that, right? Yeah. But does it mean I'm less of a man than he is? That's what I'm talking about. Because if you're... And that's...
Yes. Did you see that one video? The fucking pigeon saluted my G. Did you see that? The Putin walks by and then Putin goes like this and he goes like... I think I did. Yeah. But anyways, sorry, you were saying...
Dude, so like... I don't know. It just puts, and you've definitely seen those videos where it's like, it puts controversy that like nowadays, since some men aren't making as much cash as before, right? Now the gender roles have to be switched, and now like it's weird if the female makes more money.
You find it weird that a female would make more money than you?
I don't find it weird that a female would make more money than me. I'm just saying, you know, in nowadays' world, it's more common to find that the female makes more money than you.
Which is
fine. But then
I'd rather that.
The social roles.
If you got money, hit me up. You know what I'm saying?
But then I get that. But then you see in the broader image, it's like, oh, now that the roles are reversed, the men are seen as less than the women. That's one of the parts which I do not like about the capitalist society is that your monetary status dictates your social status as well. Social status and monetary status.
Socioeconomic? I don't know. Okay.
No clue, bro.
Okay, no worries. But yeah. Your financials determine where you are on
the chart. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly, and like. That shouldn't be what the hierarchy dictates. The hierarchy should be dictated by something else. But there should be hierarchy.
There should be hierarchy. Yo, fuck, you were saying something earlier about
But then again, the thing which I don't know, that's why I say I'm a dumbass, I don't like to talk about these fucking topics, I just like to entertain them.
Okay.
Right? Is that what would dictate the hierarchy if not money? What? That's the thing. There's nothing you can think of. What is it? Status comes with money.
Accomplishments
maybe comes with money too.
Yeah, for the most part, really.
Right? Like there's nothing which.
I'm trying to think of what I was gonna say about some topic you.
That's why the whole idea why they wanted to do a communist society or a socialist society.
Yeah.
Right, is so that everybody is equal. And everybody there's no hierarchy. There's no I'm better than you, you're better than me. Dynamic.
Yeah. I see what you're saying, but
it doesn't work. It does not work.
It is the whole money thing. I see, huh?
You need competition between humans.
100%. I think competition is healthy.
It's very healthy.
Very healthy. Well, there's such thing as healthy and toxic competition too, though. You gotta take in.
It depends. It depends
who your competition is too.
Yeah. It depends who your competition is.
But
have you seen those videos? There's a YouTube channel. It's called Fresh and Fit, right? And it's essentially like two guys, and they bring in like 7 or 8 OnlyFans girls. Okay. Right? And they essentially the entirety of the show is like this. It's a podcast, and they start talking and stuff, and they're getting the opinions of these OnlyFans girls, right? As to why they do what they do, right? And at the same time to highlight the delusion of some of these girls,
right? Because
some of them are just like, I'm a bad bitch, you can't control me, I'll make my own money, and the guy's like, no, you're just an online prostitute. That's literally what you are. You cannot take pride in that.
Yeah.
Right? And then they start talking about these different gender roles and stuff like that. And majority of the time, this guy, like, he's a very good conversationalist, and he triggers some of them.
Yeah.
Because these women, they're like, oh, at the end of the day, and he's like, one of the common questions he asks, he's like, what's your end goal? Like, let's say, the only reason why you're doing OnlyFans is because you're young, fit, you're able to do this, right? But there's an expiration date on that.
Yes,
there's 100%. An expiration date on your body.
Like you really don't want to. You really don't want your grandkids being like, hey,
it's not even that. When you're talking about when you're talking about women like that, I don't think they don't even plan on starting a family or stuff like that. But
you don't think so?
Some of them do, but then that's a different topic.
That's a different topic. Yeah.
But then he was asked him. He's like, "What are you gonna do when the looks fade and you start getting all wrinkly?" And they just shut up and they just don't know what to say. And then it's like, and then the most common response is like, "Oh, I'd want to find me a man who respects me and who respects how I lived my life and stuff like that." And majority of the time, that's not how it works, because but they do not do. I do not want a woman who's exposed herself online.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
I see what you're saying, but I don't know. Then there's another perspective to that though, is that I don't know. Like it's not like I'm.
If you want to get cheated, like if you want to have a sugar mama, then yeah, sure. I mean,
no,
we'll date you on OnlyFans, girl.
I'm not saying that at all. But
would you want your wife making more money than you? Are you okay with that?
See, I don't think it's a problem, as long as I'm not a bum.
That's okay.
I think it's okay. I think, okay, look, if you're a woman, if you're a man and you're making 100 bands, let's just say hypothetically, and your woman's making like 150, 200, y'all both working towards something. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. I don't think there's anything wrong with the woman being the breadwinner, to be honest.
I agree.
But if you're, and like we always, I feel like a lot of guys always make jokes about it, is that like, if my woman's making more than 100 bands a month, I'll be the housewife, I'll cook for her baby,
See, what majority of people overlook is that as long as the relationship is happy, if the relationship is happy,
to each their own. To
each their own, exactly. If it doesn't, if it's not bothering the people in it, right?
It shouldn't be an issue.
I watched. I don't know if you like watching these like UK channels, but
I do.
Yeah, there was this one channel. They had like a debate. It was like five roadmans, and then 5 like gyaldom. Gyals.
Yeah. Right.
And the topic of discussion was a guy. He was saying, his wife makes 3 times more than he does. Right?
Yeah. But is he working, bro? I'm saying like he's constantly working.
He's
like he doesn't sit around at home.
If she's making 3 more times than he does, that it's a given. He's working. He's making a certain amount of money. Yeah. It's just that she's making 3 times more.
Right, but it could be also like, okay, if homie's making 12 bands a year, she's making 3 times more.
Anyways.
That's what I mean it like that.
Whatever it is. And they had a whole discussion. They had a whole discussion on the whole thing. It was like a 30-minute video, right. And one of the women, she was like, if I'm making more than my man's, then he's not a man.
That's fucked up.
He has to be the breadwinner. I want to be treated like a queen, blah blah blah. And then one of the guys was like, okay, like let's say, God forbid, something happens to your husband.
What are you gonna do?
And then
that's what happened to my mom.
And then that's why you're supposed to. No, like I'm not. Yeah, like let's say something happens to your husband, and then you're gonna have to be the breadwinner. She's like, I'll just go find another husband.
That's
right, and then
up.
everybody just like rammed on it, like everybody just like attacked her immediately, and I understand.
Again, teach their own, but that is fucked up.
I'm sorry, bro, but
it is fucked up. No, it is fucked up.
That's not a marriage, though. That's not a marriage.
That's not. You're marrying for money is pretty fucked up in my opinion.
That's just like, yeah.
Like, what's the point of your relationship? Well,
she's like, I want somebody who can treat me like a queen, who can buy me this, who can buy me that.
Like, it's like, yeah, you don't want a relationship. Marriage. You just, you want to be comfortable. That's it.
You want money.
Yeah. Like women who marry for money. I don't know. I think that's fucking bullshit, to be honest. And I think it goes the other way around too. Men who marry a woman for money, like you shouldn't have. I don't know. I'm way far from thinking about relationships and shit like that, to be honest, but.
I mean, you're approaching there, what? 24?
I just turned 24.
Yeah.
But no, I'm not thinking about a relationship anytime soon. I feel like you have to be, me personally, I believe
we discussed this before. We were saying that you have to be financially stable to think.
I do, because I've seen a lot of, I don't want to say a lot of, but I've seen some of my friends struggle because of that issue, yo. Like, I'm not trying to fucking, here's the thing. Yeah, here's what I was trying to say. if a woman, you see how a lot of women will think like that. By the way, this is what I remembered. I remembered what I wanted to say. If a woman's husband dies, right? You see how she said that she'll go look for another husband afterwards? I feel like a lot of women do think like that. But a man, bro, I've seen like men who've lost their women, like they're heartbroken, bro. Like they're heartbroken. I don't know. Don't get me wrong. I've seen the other side of it too, where the woman's heartbroken that a guy has left her, or a guy died. But I don't know. I feel like like for me, if I had a wife and she died, I'd never marry again. I don't give a shit.
I think I'd be like that too. Yeah.
I don't care, bro. I'm not fucking. Like, that's the love of your life.
Especially if you were married for like a bunch of years.
Yo, she dies,
10, 15
wrecked.
years.
I'm wrecked. Like,
if you were married for like 2-3 years, it makes sense to be married. I wouldn't be married.
If I was married for a year, I still wouldn't. I don't give a shit. Doesn't matter about the time, bro. You have to understand. There's moments in time leading up to the marriage.
Okay, but what if you have
moments with the woman, or you have history with the woman?
A year?
Dating, engagement, marriage, and then the marriage. Even for the marriage of the year, you had all these other 4 things happen before the actual marriage. And yeah, you married for a year. You have plans, future. You're planning your future out together, bro. If she passes away. Nah, bro, you're not.
Okay, let's say
I know a lot of the guys that I hang out with or know, they same thing, bro. Same thing. They would not remarry.
I understand, but let's say you tragically, right? If you were like married at 27, okay. Right?
Tragically married at 27? No. Yeah. No, I get what you're saying.
No,
continue.
Right? Tragically, your wife dies. Right? You're 28 now. You're still a young person.
Right.
Right?
Don't care.
You did not have time to even
build a life
with this person.
Don't care.
But then, okay, let's say hypothetically you meet somebody, and then they end up being like, "Oh, okay, so what would you do? I
wouldn't marry them.
That would be confusing."
No, I wouldn't marry them, and a lot of people would disagree with this, but I wouldn't marry them. So I'd build a life with them.
So you just love them. From 28 until the moment you die.
I would not be married again.
You would not be married again.
No. I married the love of my life. That's it. She passed away. God forbid that doesn't happen. But she passed away a year later. That was the love of my life that I'm marrying. No chance, bro. No. Here's the thing. It's a different story when you're talking about divorce. You obviously remarry. 100%. I definitely agree. If you ever got divorced, or you initiated the divorce, you should. It's okay to, get remarried. I personally think that. But love of your life dies, never getting married again. No chance. No chance. Love of your life. You just got married. Year goes by. God forbid she's sick with something. No, bro. That would devastate anyone. Listen, when my dad passed away, like it was a traumatic experience. I don't know if you know what happened, but with the whole wave crashing and the undertow and shit, and he had diabetes and the salt water and all that bullshit. That's a just story of how it happened. Anyways, but like 2 years later, life moves on. You know what I'm saying? Everyone told me, you got to think differently. I was like 12 at the time when it happened. 2 years passed by. During those 2 years, bro, every uncle and aunt and friend, stranger, whatever, would say like, "Yo, yeah, you have to think differently. You're the man of the house now." All that shit. Traumatic experience, but whatever. Love of my life dies. I would be wrecked, emotionally wrecked, mentally wrecked. I don't care, bro. I feel like I just sounded like I said mentally erect.
So I feel like you're
mentally wrecked.
You would be the type of person to like actually know your wife for a bunch of years before you get married. I think that's why you'd be emotionally wrecked.
Yes.
With the way I was thinking about it, I'm like,
listen, I don't.
Let's say if it was an arranged marriage or something. If it was an arranged marriage,
I feel like
you knew her for a year.
Yeah, that's different.
That's what I was thinking.
I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, that's different.
Okay.
Why? Do you believe I'm gonna get arranged married?
I don't believe.
I feel like at this, I feel like the way my life is going, that might just happen. Fuck.
I mean, never know, bro.
It is what it is. I don't care. I feel like here's the thing. I had this topic discussion with one of my buddies before, and he said like, "Yo, realistically, you can learn to love. You don't. You know what I'm saying? like it was weird, bro. Because here's the thing: a lot of people in our generation, like I do believe they are against arranged marriage. You know what I'm saying? But it's like I'm one of them. By the way, I would rather, try and build a relationship with a woman first, and then get married. I'm like that as well. But the way he explained it to me, it came so strange, bro. The way he explained it to me is like, there's nothing wrong with it.
Statistically, they're more likely to last.
Statistically speaking, yeah.
Statistically speaking, purely statistically speaking, yes. Yes. They're more likely to last. And I think I told you about this before. It's because with arranged marriage, both partners are put in the same situation. Right? So it's weird. The reason why arranged marriage lasts longer is because you're meeting this person for the first time.
You both are going through it together.
You both are going through meeting this person for the first time.
That's crazy,
right? Yeah, and then so you both think, this person is good in every other aspect other than me knowing them, which is easy because all I have to do is talk. But in every other aspect, they're a good partner, right?
Yeah,
they're a good fit, right? And then that's where the getting to know each other part comes into play, and then that's why it works, right? With marriages, when it comes to love, right, that whole honeymoon phase eventually fades out, and the things which you loved about your partner start to become the things which annoy you. Right? And then eventually down the line, a couple years, you get into one fight, snowballs into like massive fight.
Yeah.
Right? And then it's like, oh, you used to do this, you used to do that, blah, blah, blah. Why'd you stop? But, right? That's what leads the marriage to go downhill.
Yeah.
But with an arranged marriage, it's like, okay, I'm in the same boat as this person, and getting to know each other is a process. And then that's why there's more like, what's the word? Not sacrifice. What's the word I'm looking for? Compatibility, I think. There's more compatibility when you're both in the same boat, knowing that, okay, I need to get to know this person, rather than, okay, I already know them, and now they're doing something different.
Let me stop you there for one quick second. I had a talk with my buddy about this once. So he was like, okay, like me and my girl, like we're still growing together. And he's like, like, cause I'm single, I've been single, you know what I'm saying? So he's saying like, yo, you at least get whoever you meet now, that's it. Like they already know themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like they grew into who they're gonna be for like a good bit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, don't get me wrong, everyone changes year by year, day by day, you get more wiser and all that bullshit. But at my age now, at like 24, if I'm meeting someone, they pretty much know their personality. You know what I'm saying? And he's saying like, oh, me and my girl, like we have to grow together, and we're still growing together. So now let me ask you a question: Would you rather grow together with your woman, or would you rather?
Of course, yeah, grow together. Grow together because it's a trial and error at the end of the day. Let me tell you something. The way I believe everything.
So you don't believe in arranged marriage?
I do believe in arranged marriage.
That it works, but you don't believe it. You don't want it.
I believe it works. Yes, it definitely works.
But you don't want it personally.
But the other type of marriage also works. The regular way of marrying
for sure.
Also works.
The traditional
way also works.
But what I'm saying, like your situation, like would you want when the time comes, when you're ready, would you want an arranged marriage, or would you want to go out there, meet a woman, and then, regular traditional steps?
I'd rather the latter. I'd rather the regular way.
Yeah, same. And a lot of other people in our generation would rather that way too.
The regular way, unless it kind of works out best of both worlds, where I already know the girl, and then I can just, so that in between the family, it would just be an arranged marriage. Right?
In between the family? Wait, what?
So I know the girl, and I can tell the girl, okay, tell your mom to come meet my mom. And then I
don't think that's how it works. I'm pretty sure the way it works is that you're supposed to tell your parents, and then your parents go talk to that person's parents, and then
in that way it would be both. In that way it would be both.
Oh, you mean like you got to know the girl first?
I got to know already the girl first.
And then you're saying...
And then I tell my parents, okay, listen, I got to know this girl, go meet their parents. And then I arrange it in that sense. You get me? It wouldn't... So when people say arranged marriage is pretty much like you going to see the girl for the first time.
An arranged marriage is where like the parents set their kids up.
The parents are the ones who set the kids up.
The parents are the brokers.
In my situation, it would be like, I already know you, but then now let's introduce the parents to each other.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
What are your thoughts on a prenup?
Prenup? Is that where like you have
the
to
prenuptial agreement, as it's commonly known? You don't know what it is? So it's pretty much a contract. Yeah. It's a contract between the man and the woman that whatever assets they came into the marriage with should the marriage dissolve.
Oh, the woman takes half.
No.
Or whatever percentage it is.
No, that's regular. That is regular. That's what the law states. The law states that in a divorced woman is entitled to half the money.
That's fucked up, okay.
Or not necessarily woman though nowadays, because like again, if the woman is richer than the man, the man's entitled to half the shit too. Do you see what I'm saying? Regardless, you're dissolving the marriage on equal terms.
Okay.
Do you see what I'm saying? However, a lot of successful and ambitious people, they don't necessarily agree with that, and I'm neither. But I feel like I'm ambitious, but nowhere near successful.
I wouldn't get a prenup.
Really?
No. I feel like if things were to end on...
But you know what a prenup is that whatever assets you came into the marriage with, that's the assets you leave with. So no one gets half of nothing. You see what I'm saying? No such thing as half.
Dude, I'm sorry, but like if you're gonna bring some bureaucratic tape all over my marriage, then the marriage...
But a marriage is bureaucratic tape anyway.
It's really not.
It is. You have to sign documents.
You have to sign...
You have to go courthouse, all that bullshit.
Okay, I understand that. But that all that bullshit is so that you can tell the world on paper that, hey, I'm married. Think of it like this. When you come to a new country, right, so that you're known in the country, right, and so that you can go about your day, you need to have some sort of form of identification.
Sure.
Right?
Sure.
If you want to talk logically, like you're there, I'm here, I'm me, I don't need no ID, but like obviously you need something to verify that it's you.
Yeah.
Right? In the same manner, you can think of marriage in that sense. You're doing all this bureaucratic stuff, signing and bringing in the sheikh or whoever it is to come and seal your marriage, blah, blah, blah.
But there's a difference between, I actually learned this recently, that there's a difference between religious marriage and
obviously, the religious marriage is different.
That's wild to me.
So
I did not know that, by the way.
Depending on what country
my
you live
friends
in,
started getting married.
Right? But then, so you do all that stuff so that on paper, legally, they understand that, okay, you're married.
Yeah.
Right? I'm talking between me and my wife. If this is some person I'm gonna spend the entirety of my life with, right? Then I need to need them to know, and they need me. They need me to know as well that we can't have no blockage when it comes to like. I don't know how to phrase this properly, bro. This is
a crazy word.
Yeah, this is so stupid to phrase. Okay, I'll say this in a less confusing way. I don't want them to think that, okay, in the event that something bad happens, we're gonna need to get other people involved and like lawyers or blah 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 or some
okay, that's one way to look at it.
Some like we need to get like all the documents ready and shit. No, it's like if I have a problem with you, like for fuck's sake, you're my wife. Let's resolve the issue between me and you.
Right, but if she's about to become your ex-wife, let's just say she cheated on you.
then I know there's maybe people aren't as generous as I am, but like I just want it to be like, you know what, we got married, didn't work out, peace.
Yeah,
that's it. You don't gotta,
you don't have to complicate it.
You don't have to complicate it with your lawyers and your fucking blah blah blah. Unless you ended it like a really bad note.
Right, but do you think you're saying that because you don't have any major assets under your belt? Do you think it would be different if you did have any major assets under your belt?
No.
Really? No. So you're saying you're setting up generational wealth. Let's just hypothetically assume
Dude, listen. I would not allow the situation to happen in the first place because I would want to choose a woman
that's willing to work on the relationship.
No, because listen, this is one thing you need to establish with each woman as well, is that in the beginning, right? You need to establish, listen, in the case of disaster, meaning me and you get divorced, right? Are you gonna be a bitch and take my shit? Right?
I don't think a lot of couples will talk about that.
Why? That's something you should talk about. It really is.
No, because it could create problems.
Why? If I was a woman, and I was marrying somebody, right? Things didn't work out in the end, right? then who the fuck am I to come and take his shit and take it? I'm not entitled to any of his stuff. I'm entitled to his stuff once I'm with him.
Yes, and that's how I think. By the way, that's how I think.
And unless that point gets established, then what's the reason for the marriage, right? What's the if you're pretty much saying from the beginning in
right,
the
but
case,
even religiously,
in the case,
yeah, but you know, even religiously, there's the what is it, the mahar and mathhur. What's it called in English? Dowry. Yeah. How's that concept work?
So the dowry, pretty much, it's to show the family of the person you're marrying that I have the money to support your child, because now she's leaving your house and coming to my house. She's leaving your house and coming to my house.
Pretty much.
Now the dowry can
is it not? Do you think it's a deposit, like something?
No, I see it as means of proving to the family that, because okay.
Because back in the day, it used to be
I'm coming into your home.
Yeah.
A complete stranger coming into your home, trying to take your daughter into my house.
Proof of funds.
It's a proof of funds, it's a proof that listen.
Like I can provide a secure household.
I'm not some person who's gonna provide your daughter or your son or whatever with, no, daughter. Sorry, not son. I'm not. I thought. Yeah. I'm a person who's gonna come and provide your daughter with the same living standards or more, which you have provided
for them. Yeah. So you give a sense of security for the parents.
You give a sense of security to the parents.
No one explains this shit to me. Like they do, but they do it vaguely, and it's like
they're just like, oh, you just pay the parents.
Yeah,
and like you
like no one really fucking explained this shit to me.
But
like I literally thought it's been a deposit.
Yeah,
I had no fucking clue. I just know you have to fucking.
But the thing is, the thing is with the dowry as well, which you can think of it as is like, I'll put her name on the lease of this property which I have. That could be also considered as a dowry.
Lease or
like I'll put her name on the property
that I own.
That I own.
Yeah.
Exactly. So she can be like on that. Me and her own the same stuff.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Right. So like whatever happens to me, it happens collectively to all of us.
Yeah.
Right. And that's a sense of like, okay, he's getting my child involved in his life, right? So like, there's no risk.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
It doesn't necessarily have to be like pure cash paid to you or to the parents.
Right. But so here's my thing. The only reason I would want a prenup is it's like if I marry a woman, like okay, yeah, don't get me wrong, these are all things you should establish before marrying, but like at the end of the day, you really never know. With some women, you really never know. Okay?
Yeah.
So it's like if she cheats on me, why should she take half my shit? What? That's how I look at it. It's like I'm not okay. I'm not insecure. I'm not insecure. I just don't trust other people.
You see, before you get into all the bureaucratic stuff, the getting to know the person part of the relationship
is the most important.
Pretty much indicate
the pre-qualifier.
It indicates to you whether they'll do A, B, C, and D in a bureaucratic sense.
Yes, but at the same time, if anything can happen later on in the future that you could not think of right now.
No. So there's some fundamental aspects to being a human, right? For example,
women are pieces of shit sometimes.
I don't agree. Anyways. Okay. Men can be pieces of shit too.
Yes,
like
agreeable, 100%.
Anyways, but let me tell you this, yeah? I feel like I'm like slouching.
They're all good.
Yeah. Let me tell you this.
Not all women are evil, but like, you know, you see some of them. You hear some things sometimes.
Listen. If you've known somebody for a long period of time and you have established that they have the trait of trustworthiness. Right? This person is trustworthy.
What if you're a bad judge of character?
Does it really, like,
what if you misjudge?
Given a couple years, do you really think you wouldn't be able to figure out somebody's way of thinking?
I understand that, but that way of thinking can stop. But that could change at any moment.
But you see, that's where your trust issues come into play.
It is. Okay, you want to know why I have trust issues? You want me to explain to you why I have trust issues? I actually haven't told anyone this story since that happened, by the way. Like, some people know it, a lot of people don't. A lot of people don't know this. Okay. There was this girl. I'm not going to mention her name. But there was this girl. She told me she liked me. And I was like, oh shit. And I felt the same way at the time, obviously. History, all history. But I told her, I'm like, yo, I'm hesitant because we were good friends. We were good friends. We were really good friends, you know? So then it's like, so this is really like sensitive subject. I don't care if they know who I'm talking about or not. But anyways, I told him, I'm like, yo, like I'm worried if anything were to happen, like we're not gonna be friends. Like I already know how this goes, you know. And it's like, oh, she's like, don't worry, we're like this. Haven't spoken, by the way, in like bare years. I'm not gonna say the number, but bare years, like
a long time,
a very long time. So like it was a bittersweet because it's like I was right. You know what I'm saying? Like I knew it was gonna happen. You know, I knew like if something fucked up or whatever, we're not gonna talk anymore. It is what it is. It's the way of life. Hey, no hatred, no, like it's all love. You know, it is what it is. But I knew it was gonna happen. Yeah. So and that's where the trust issues stem from. Numerous situations like that too. There were actually
but
multiple situations like that.
Here's the thing about that is that you can't let the past dictate what you're gonna do, right? You go through that, you know, you deal with the trust issues, right? You acknowledge it, but then you don't bring it with you to what's next, right? And that's the main reason why I'm telling you is like once you become a judge of character of somebody, that gives you an impression of what they'll do later on when it comes. Okay, for example, I'll give you this. So let's say you've known me for a couple years. Yeah. Okay. Put me in a vulnerable situation as with somebody who you've known less time than me, right? You will, and I'll guarantee you this, you will know my course of action better than he does. Right. Better than you'd know his. Right? Yeah. And I feel like with a woman, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. As long as you know what her intentions are from the get-go and other things, right?
But people aren't as direct as they used to be, bro. People are not as direct.
If somebody, okay.
You know how many people beat around the bush? And that's why I really like my friends. Yo, they'll tell me straight up, like, yo, you're fucked. Exactly. You're fucked.
You
or
like,
you're stupid, or like whatever it is.
I'll tell you one thing.
Cutthroat, bro.
You'll what's it called? You like those types of people, those upfront, blunt types of people.
Yeah, don't beat around the bush, bro. If you don't want me here, say something.
Exactly,
done. I'm out. Exactly. No, you know, like it's love.
Exactly. Therefore, you will be more likely to pursue a girl who has those traits, right? Yeah. And once you know that they have those traits, right, you will be more confident in like, okay, she's very similar to I am. In that given situation, I wouldn't do this, so it's pretty safe to say that they wouldn't do this. Does that make sense?
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
That makes sense, right?
Wow, that does make sense. Yeah, so that's crazy.
That's why I wouldn't get a prenup. I personally would never get a prenup. To be honest, it's just too like, if you're from the get go, you're like, okay, we have rules A, B, and C, in case A, B, and C happens. Yeah. Right. Then it's just like, why are you doing this in the first place? Why?
That's crazy.
That's my personal opinion, at least.
I feel like, I don't know. I feel like...
Did I change your mind?
About prenups?
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't say for sure, to be honest. I actually can't say for sure. We're getting there. Maybe. I don't know. Because here's the thing. A lot of... there's the concept, too, is like... I've been a bag chaser.
Would you have an expensive wedding?
Me? No chance.
What type of wedding would you like to have? Would you like to have
Simple.
What's your budget on the wedding?
Look, yo, I want like a barn-like thing almost. To be honest, I know it sounds fucking weird.
Like a redneck.
And people wouldn't expect it. No, like in a fucking barn with like the Edison lights, and I want brick on the fucking background. I swear to you, it better be a clean ass barn, but and I don't want the smell of shit, obviously. But
where would you go on your honeymoon?
Where to go? Yo, this is crazy questions, by the way. Fuck, I might as well continue this, bro. Give the people what they want, some content for the first one, you know? Where would I go on my honeymoon? I've always wanted to go to Bora Bora, I'm not gonna lie. Since like youngin', bro, I used to dream of wanting to go to Bora Bora. It's actually beautiful, yeah.
Dude, you know, the other day I was searching up like hidden gem countries to visit, right? And it was just this entire list of like countries which I've seen their flag, but you'd never think like some countries like Vanuatu or Liechtenstein or Slovenia.
Okay, no, Liechtenstein, you know, because I know at least because of the
Dax.
Yeah, the tax
tax-free.
haven. It's a huge
It's like
tax
a huge
haven.
tax haven.
It's no different. It's like the European Cayman. It's the European.
It's the Cayman Islands.
European
yeah,
Cayman.
pretty much.
Well, actually, no. There's Swiss too. Swiss banks.
Yeah. Anyways,
Swiss banks are safe havens as well,
these
yeah.
unknown countries, and I stumbled upon this one country. It's called the Seychelles.
The
Right?
Seychelles?
Seychelles. Right? It's like
Not Sicily.
No, not Sicily. No, that's in Italy. No, it's called Seychelles, or
Seychelles.
Seychelles, or some shit like that.
Seychelles. I don't know.
Something
Okay.
like that, right? It's an African country.
Yeah, yeah.
And bro, you go on Google Images.
Yeah.
You search up Seychelles, and it's beautiful.
Let me look it up. How do you
There's
spell
some
it?
S. No, it's like S. S-E.
S-I-C.
No. It's S.
Bro, I swear it's like this. I swear to you it's like this. Hold on.
It's not.
I swear to you.
It's S-E-Y-E. No.
Hold on. Say it. Okay.
S-E-Y-E.
Y-E.
Yeah, that one.
What?
Wait, go back. Yeah.
Oh, I see. Country in East Africa.
Yeah, so go look at the
Oh,
images.
damn. That's actually a crazy flag.
Go look at the images. It's beautiful.
Seychelles. If anyone wants to search it up, by the way, I'm not gonna learn how to edit to put shit here. I'm not gonna. We low budget. Yo, it's actually crazy. Yo, the water's blue.
It's blue, right?
Yo, but I feel
And
like a lot of people would be scared
places-
to go to Africa because that mosquito, Ebola, all that
That's
bullshit.
the thing. That's the thing.
But
It
that's
looks
like,
beautiful, right? I
rumors.
wouldn't go
Oh
here
my
on my honeymoon.
goodness.
That's the thing. If you were
It
to
is
ask me,
beautiful. Are
if you
you
were to ask
kidding?
me, I'd go to like Bali. Or
Really?
like
Yeah, Bali's
Bali,
beautiful.
or like something different, like Florence, maybe.
Where's Florence? Italy?
Italy.
Yo, my
Florence,
Italian
or like
friends like literally.
Amsterdam.
I feel like my
Amsterdam-
Italian friend's gonna like spit on my
Amsterdam is
grave
pretty
because
sick.
I don't know.
Amsterdam is pretty sick too.
Drug capital of the world, pretty much.
Where else? Japan, bro.
Japan's beautiful.
Japan is a must.
Japan is
Like
beautiful. I would definitely
Osaka or Osaka
Yeah,
or
yeah.
Fiji.
I definitely would. That's a definitely must visit bucket list. Fuck it, I don't even know what to say. But yeah, I don't know, dude. Like the whole. What were we talking about before the honeymoon thing? You asked me another question.
I was asking you, would you have a big wedding or a small wedding?
Yeah. Yeah, simple, dude. I'm been a simple man, and I love it because a lot of my friends know.
But here's
that.
the thing. You're Arab, so majority.
It's not gonna be a simple.
Majority
wedding.
of Arab weddings involve
No.
like extremely distant family
Complex.
members.
No,
No,
I've
no.
been to some crazy. Yeah.
Like I'm talking about like my aunt's husband's brother's wife's friend, who like
You
my
wanna know
mom
something?
knows
You wanna
through
know something,
connections
though?
or whatever. They end up coming to your wedding, and it's like, who the fuck are
You
you?
wanna know the wildest thing?
Why are you coming to my wedding?
Yeah. Fuck you. Yeah.
But that's usually how it goes. And in my scenario, I would just be like, listen, I don't care. The wife can have whatever she wants. Okay, whatever you want.
It's crazy. You say
Whatever
that.
you want, you can get. This I literally don't care. Me marrying you is like I'm happy already.
You wanna
I
know-
don't care. I'd get married in a living room.
Yeah.
For all I care.
You want-
whatever you need.
You wanna know
we'll
what's
supply.
you wanna know what's
Good
crazy?
job.
Why you're saying that?
Yeah.
My buddy, my age, by the way, married. They just finished a year. They just finished a year. Yeah. A lot of my friends got married like 2020. I don't know. I forget if someone married in 2021. I'm sorry if I forgot. But yeah, a lot of my friends got married recently. Congratulations to everyone and the people. And I love the fact that some of them invited me to their weddings too. It's love.
I've never been to a wedding.
Really?
Never been to a
So
wedding.
much fun. I've never not had fun.
I've been to one wedding.
I've never not had fun at a wedding.
I've been to one wedding when I was like a really small kid, and I do not remember any of it.
Really?
There's just pictures of my mom holding me, and I was wearing like a little tuxedo.
Yeah. No, when you're young, it's different. But when you're older, bro, it's so much fun. I'm a huge party guy. I love parties. I love any sort of parties where you get to meet new people. Like, it's fun times.
I've never even been to like one of those bachelor parties. You've definitely been to a couple
I've been
ones.
to a few bachelor parties. So much fun. So much fun. We went up to college. Like, it was great. I've yet to experience like a Vegas style batch or overseas batch, like vacation batch. Like that. I feel like that would be wild
do
too.
that?
Huh?
People do that.
People do that. Yeah. I know a buddy that went to Vegas. You know the whole saying, "What happens in Vegas stays
What
in
happens
Vegas."
in Vegas stays in Vegas.
Yeah.
Okay, but I'm talking about like a full-on vacation bachelor party. Like,
Yeah. When you're upsea, why wouldn't you?
I mean, yeah, that makes sense. Why
Yeah,
wouldn't you?
but it's like it's the same time. It's like you'd have to be able to cover your plane ticket, unless
And
you're like
everybody
upsy and you're taking a jet and you're paying by the hour. But
in that scenario, would you cover your people's plane tickets as well? Since it's your bachelor party. Or
that's a touchy subject. It depends. I feel like it depends on the financial situation of the groom. You know, if the groom's got it like that, multi-millionaire, you know, I kind of do expect. You know, I'm obviously getting him a gift for both at the bachelor party and at the wedding.
Yeah.
But, you know, yeah, I kind of do. If you're upsy multi-millionaire, like,
paying for my ticket.
Can you please, you know, I'll get you next time, you know. But no. But to be honest, no. Here's the thing: if I'm in a good situation, if I'm in a really good situation, because like I don't know, I'm not in a bad situation right now, but I'm not like an amazing situation, but. Yeah, if I was in a bad situation, I would. To be honest, I would expect my friend, and I'll catch him, and I'll get him back. Don't get me wrong. I've never told someone, "Yo, can you cover me?"
Around comes around.
Yeah. I've never told someone, "Can you grab this for me?" And I'm not gotten them back. Unless I have, then I'm sorry, and please mention it to me, and I will get you back. But
I get messages like from 2 years ago.
Yeah,
like,
I know. You owe me $5. But yeah. Back to the. Would you have a badge? I'd have a badge.
Yeah. I wouldn't call it a bachelor party, but it would generally be a bachelor party.
Yeah. 100%.
I don't want.
I want to have fun. I want to have fun with the boys.
I don't want.
Like it's not gonna
like,
be. I know. My bachelor party would definitely involve shisha.
It would just be like.
And chill. To be honest.
You know, gathering around with your friends.
And shooting the shit.
Having good time.
Backyard or something. I don't know. Winter or summer wedding, by the way.
Summer.
Yeah. Fall.
Wedding.
I'd want fall.
Why? It's windy, bro. Your hair's not gonna look good. I mean, you're bald, so you don't care.
Shout my bald folks. But yeah, back to what I was.
Summer wedding. You just look fly.
Yeah, I guess. But then you're sweating.
Yeah,
our cousin had a.
But then think about it. It's
summer
like
wedding. I was sweating, but
after the wedding, that's when you go on the honeymoon, and you'd want to go to your honeymoon during the summer.
Yeah, but if you're going to a tropical destination, then it's summer anyway.
I mean, define tropical. That's the thing. Not a lot of people go on
Bahamas
tropical.
or Bora Bora or whatever, or Cuba, Dominican. Wow, Guam.
I wouldn't want to go on a tropical. I don't know. That's me per se. I wouldn't want to go on a tropical.
You're going
honeymoon.
someplace with sand. You wouldn't go on a tropical.
I wouldn't go on a tropical honeymoon.
Really?
I'd go on like
Switzerland.
No, not that
Banff?
either. Not that either. No, not that either. But I'd go on like one of those tourist attraction, like some place which is eye candy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like you go over there and you're like, wow, this place looks amazing. Like Amsterdam, for example. Amsterdam is like a great example.
Yeah, beautiful.
Right? It's good in all seasons, right? And like when you go there, you're just like, fuck, bro, this looks good. It's not a tropical destination.
I don't know. I'd want a tropical destination for me at least. I don't know.
I feel like that's too cliche though.
It is very cliche, but me not care, bro. I want a tropical destination, kick back on the beach. Like I'm a huge. Here's the thing.
Or go to like Tokyo,
simple, bro. Simple.
Tokyo would be an amazing honeymoon destination because it has like. Yeah.
Simple and chill. And I was talking about this with my buddy the other day because he was explaining to me he's going on vacation soon and he's like, yo, like, you have to go. Like, it's a thing. You should go on vacation. You know? Yeah. He's like, you'd have so much fun but he's like, it depends on how long you can really appreciate that lifestyle. Because it's very like organized,
Wouldn't you think it's biased towards where you live? Okay, for example, I'll give you a very good example. Being a resident of Canada, and Canada, like you can have like 5 seasons in a day, right? that's very well known,
the truth, yeah.
Right? But majority of the time it's cold here.
Yes.
Majority of the year it's cold, right?
Not majority actually.
Whatever.
With global warming nowadays.
Anyways, you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
So wouldn't you think that you'd be biased towards a tropical?
I am. Yeah. That's a very point. That's a very good point.
If you like, for example,
you come from the sand.
If you live your entire life in California, for example,
you'd want some place to cool down.
You'd want to go, for example, to some icy place, some snowy place.
Icy. So but going back to to go off topic about the tropical destination stuff. What I wanted to say earlier is a buddy of mine. He said this. Well, what you were saying earlier. Is that at the end of the day you could want your wedding however you want, But at the end of the day, it's gonna be your wife's decision. And it's crazy you said that you would let, like, oh yeah, I'll just let my wife do it. And it's crazy, like, I look at my friends, like, yeah, we're the same age, and it's like people don't understand that I'm actually fascinated by, like, people's wisdoms. Like, he's this guy, bro. He's same age as me, yeah. He has literally his birthday's 4 days after mine. You know, happy birthday, boy. But yeah, bro, wisdom of a 60-year-old. I shit you not, wild. And I just love, like, I can hear. Those are the kind of people, like, I could sit here and chill, and I can hear them talk for hours. I definitely feel whenever I'm at their family's house, like, I overstay.
No.
I overstay my welcome.
No. I told you this before.
Yeah.
I'll take one.
Yeah.
I told you this before. Like, the age does not correlate with maturity. You know.
It's amazing. It's actually amazing. The stuff people have been through to get their mind.
But I feel like that specific
early.
scenario where, like, you'd let your wife do that. I feel like all the men would just do that because
but I feel like
men are just happy
story.
to get married, bro. We're just we're just like, fuck yeah,
finally,
dude. After all this
time,
I worked my ass off.
Yeah,
you know, I've been going 9 to 5 for how long? I've saved up all this money.
I get to marry the love of my life. Call it a day.
And then I have to go through the anxiety of meeting her parents. And then actually asking the parents, and then seeing if you qualify, and at the end, bro, it's like, oh, khalas, like, I'm good. If I'm married, like, I don't care. I've never heard of a man wanting a big or like being excited for his wedding.
What? You've never heard of a man being excited for his wedding?
I've heard, like, okay, like, obviously they're excited for. No, I didn't mean it like that. I meant, like, they're excited for the wedding.
They're not excited for the wedding.
No. I meant to like, they're excited. They're being excited to have a big wedding or like to have like this huge event occur.
Yeah. Because a lot of men are simple. They don't.
Yeah, they're just like, you know what? Like majority of men, I just get married in my backyard, small ceremony or whatever it is.
Yeah, and I feel like a lot of guys are like that. I feel like it's always the.
And some women are like that too.
Yeah.
Some women don't like those big scenes, right? It depends. But ultimately, at the end of the day, it's men are always easygoing when it comes to that. It's like whatever you want, you can get.
Yeah.
You know, you want simple, I'm okay. You want big, sure. I feel one day we'll make it work.
We'll make it work. Yeah, right? Yeah. I feel like a lot of men are more easygoing than, you know, the select few, I guess, too. But yo, it's crazy. Like, do you feel? Let me ask you this while I have you on here. I feel like this should be our last topic before we call it a night. Because I know for a fact. I don't know. I just don't feel like a lot of my friends would want to answer this question, but. Do you think that a lot of, I guess, Muslim men get shit for marrying women that aren't Muslim? Because I have the same thing with my mom. My mom always tells me like, oh, she has to be Muslim. You know, whoever you're gonna marry has to be Muslim. And it's like, I'm not gonna lie, like,
okay, it depends.
For me, it makes no difference. For me, it's like it's the personality. Kind of, you know, like, I don't know if like you said, like if we vibe.
Okay. Like, here's the thing.
Like, well, yeah. What are your thoughts?
I'll tell you my thoughts on it. You grew up around a religious mother, right?
But in Western culture,
in a Western culture, nonetheless. But she was still a religious mother, so she provided you with the ultimate balance between keeping to your culture, aka where you come from, and then exposing you to an environment where you can thrive, aka the Western society. Right? Now, I've known you for a pretty long time. I wouldn't say you're the most religious of them all, right?
That is what it is.
It is what it is.
We try. I do want to mention I try. I'm not fully giving up on myself. Yeah,
I'm not saying.
I do try.
Yeah. You know.
I feel like I don't need to justify. I don't have to justify. Like I don't have to justify myself to anyone, but I do try.
So the way I see it is like, okay, your intentions with this woman who you're marrying, who's not your religion, right, are to have kids and eventually settle down, blah blah blah, and all that stuff, right? Do you think that with how you were brought up and the way she's brought up, that the kid will ultimately be how you want him to be, or would you think he'd be
like, more how the woman, because he'd spend more time
He'd spend more time with his mom
than me.
Okay, but
for sure, that's
but
I feel like that's a common dynamic among households.
Yeah, but it depends on you. Do you want your kid to be more Western oriented, or do you want him to be more culturally like Arab oriented?
See, I can't answer that question fully because
why majority of the times what happens is that the husband like the man marries a non-Muslim woman,
yeah,
right, and then he converts her into the religion so that she, even like obviously she's grown up in a Western household, she will still bring that Westernness to the table,
right.
It's just that now, because she converted to this new religion, therefore she would want to imply that same thing onto her children.
Yeah.
Right. For me, it's that if you like, my answer pretty much consists of how would you want your dynamic with your wife to translate into your children, right?
Yeah.
Because the way I see it, it's better to have both of your parents the same religion.
Because they brought you up a certain way.
Because they brought you up a certain way. And then you can go outside and get culturally educated yourself, rather than have that in your household to begin with, and then going outside and it's like you're confused, you don't, like you grew up with these two ways of thinking in the household, and then outside it's like you have to choose between one side or the other. Right?
Right.
That's one of the things where like I'm thankful I grew up in Saudi, is because I got to experience how it feels like to be in the ultimate Arab environment.
Yeah.
And then I came here, so I saw both sides of the coin.
Right.
Right? And I can bring what I learned from there onto this place, and I can vice versa. What I learned from my stay in Canada, I bring it over there.
So you do think two cultures in a household is essentially the way to go? Or do you think it should be one culture, one way? You know? You know what I'm talking about?
Okay, the culture is different than religion. I think a household should have one religion.
I understand that.
Should come from one religion. Like that, like majority of the people who I've got to know.
What if the woman doesn't want to convert? See, this is why I wanted to ask you, because I know my friends would actually hate me for putting them on the spot. But what if the woman
doesn't want to convert?
Yeah. It is just what it is.
Then I'm just not gonna. I wouldn't want that.
That's
personally,
you.
Yeah, that's me. That's me. Yeah, that's me.
And I feel like your answer stems from the fact that you grew up over there. That's what it is.
Not really. No.
100%.
I am aware of both circumstances. It's just that me personally,
I think there are good women.
I think when
even though they're not Muslim, you know what I'm saying?
I understand. I understand.
Yeah.
I understand. Obviously, of course there are.
Yeah.
Of course there are. There's probably
dime a dozen, but
better non-Muslim women than there are some Muslim women. That's fine. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, if I'm bringing them to my house, under my roof, exposing them to my children, showing them to my family.
What do you mean exposing them to? The children came out of them.
You know what I'm saying?
I actually don't. Elaborate.
Okay.
How you bring them into your house? You guys built the house together.
Okay, you're building the house together, but you're...
yeah. Collect your thoughts, Ade. No worries.
How do I describe this? She's coming into the household,
yeah,
having learned specific things in her life,
right,
embedded in her brain,
right.
Mm-hmm. Some things which have not been embedded in my brain.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That sometimes disrupts the dynamic when you're raising a child, because when you're raising a kid, and this is in the scenario where she has not converted, yeah? She's still on her religion,
sure,
right? She will teach him certain things in certain circumstances. Let's say if he was being naughty, or he was, if he was doing something wrong, right? She would handle it in a different situation given the way she was raised, because she was raised in a different religion, as opposed to a woman who was raised in the same manner I was raised would do that to the kid. Would you not agree? Would you not agree that people with different religions would handle a situation with the child differently?
I do think so. Culturally and religiously.
Yeah, culturally and religiously.
Culturally and religiously. Because here's the thing. I know some... like if your wife's an immigrant just as much as you are, that's one thing. She doesn't have to be Muslim. You guys were most likely brought up about 80% the same. You know, the other 20% is literally just religion at that point. But immigrants, I feel like a lot of my immigrant friends, we grew up majority the same way, you know? And yeah, don't get me wrong, we all took different paths, but we're pretty fucking similar on our come up, you know? Religiously, again, is a touchy subject about how to raise the kid.
Then again, all this is just hypothetical talk because
there's a hypothetical.
At the end of the day,
I wanted to have hypothetical talk. I didn't want to have it.
Yeah, one can never know.
Yeah, one can never know.
There's some Muslim women out there who would even though they're Muslim, we were raised on Muslim values, they probably would not know how to raise a child properly because of the environment they were in.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Doesn't necessarily have to be religion. Just like you said, it depends more culturally than it does religiously. It's just I would prefer it to be the same religion as I am, as opposed to something different, because I don't know. It's just a personal preference.
I guess it is, but yeah, no, I don't see anything.
Just makes it easier, I guess.
It does, but I don't know. I guess it's like something.
Because then there's like formalities.
Because there's some people,
formalities you need to respect and stuff like that.
Yeah, but there's some people that like want to raise their kids, you know, like, I'll teach you both ways. I'll teach you both my way and your mother's way, and then it's like, it's up to you.
No, sometimes that doesn't work.
Why not?
Okay.
It could. You can't say it doesn't. It could.
Let me ask you one thing. Do you think...
You never know.
Do you think hitting your children is wrong?
I think there's a limit.
Obviously, I'm not talking about abusing your kids. I'm talking about
disciplining your kids. Disciplining your kids. I really want to change that. Yeah, not necessarily hitting your kids, but disciplining.
Yeah, disciplining them.
Disciplining your kids, 100%. Like, you shouldn't hit your kid randomly. Your kid has done something wrong.
Like your brother, obviously, has pissed you off a bunch of times, right?
Yeah, I don't think he's been disciplined correctly. That's why I don't. That's why sometimes
the appropriate response is to hit him, right?
Yeah, I don't hit him anymore because I get bullied straight the fuck up. I'm the big brother.
His brother is a tank.
Yeah, but you know, like I'll hold my own, but like I'd rather not. You know, I'd rather not go through the fucking that bullshit. But anyways, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, in certain circumstances, that's what the situation needs to happen.
Yeah.
You need to discipline them in a certain way.
Yeah.
Right? Now, take that same mentality and throw it onto different religions and different cultures, and you'll find that there's some mix-ups. Some people don't like to hit their children. Some people go their entire lives, right, with never disciplining their children in the right way. And what did the kids grow up to be? Spoiled?
Fuck you,
entitled,
mom.
Like that type of shit, you know?
Yeah.
No. In that regards, sometimes hitting your kids or disciplining them is better. Is good.
Yeah.
Right? And that's why I want somebody who's been on the same wavelength as me,
right?
As opposed to somebody who grew up in a different type of household.
But that's where I tell you, immigrant parents, right?
Yeah.
They discipline the same way. I know a lot of some of my Hispanic friends. Yeah. Well, I don't have as many now as I did before, but
Hispanics are very close to Arabs.
That's what I'm saying. Italians.
Yeah,
Italians. You know, they're immigrants. They're not the same religion, not always, but you know, they were brought up the same way. Essentially, they were disciplined.
Yeah.
Right. So that's why I tell you again, it's not religious. I feel like religion is a very small portion of the difference, you could say, between the coming up of kids. You know. I think it's how you got brought up culturally that determines how to raise your kid. Like I would definitely, I wouldn't say being Muslim for me. I don't know. I wouldn't say being Muslim is a requirement for me, but it's just, you know, you come from a good household. That's really what.
Yeah, to each their own, I guess.
To each their own. Yeah, yo, this has actually come out.
Beat up your kids.
What? You heard it here first. Beat up your kids. Beat up your kids. Thank you for tuning in for the first episode. I'll try and release a video every Sunday. Subscribe, like. If you dislike it, me not care. It is what it is. Yeah, comment. Yeah, live your best life. This was a bad outro, I'll tell you that right now. It's okay though. I'm learning. And with more interviews, hopefully comes more experience and better entertainment. Thank you for tuning in. Till next time.